welcome to beautiful Shaw Park in downtown Winnipeg. We're here for another edition of Safeway Goldeyes Baseball right here on Shaw TV. Tonight, the Fish hope to keep an historical winning streak alive as they welcome the Sioux City Explorers to town. We get things underway, of course, with the pregame show brought to you by Safeway, ingredients for life. And as we welcome you to field level, my name's Al Foster. So good to have you back with us here on Shaw TV. Not a bad night in store right now as we have a mix of sun and cloud, a little bit of a breeze blowing from left to right field. Of course, the weather as it pertains to baseball, a little bit trivial as we keep our hearts and minds with those living just to the west of us in communities like St. Francis Xavier and Portage La Prairie as they fight the rising floodwaters on the Assiniboine River. But let's get back to baseball now. And last week, our play-by-play man, Scott Taylor, described the Winnipeg Goldeyes as white hot. There's no other way to describe them now. The team is now on an 11-game winning streak. That hasn't happened in the 21 years of the Winnipeg Goldeyes. And tonight, they should be able to extend things to 12 as they meet a Sioux City team that is underachieving for this time of year. But to see if the Goldeyes can keep up this torrid pace and hopefully not have complacency set in, let's send things up now to the two men who will call this game, the aforementioned Scott Taylor and his sidekick, Ken Wiebe. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Al Foster, and hi, everybody. Welcome to the ballpark. Should be a great night for baseball as the Winnipeg Goldeyes have one day off, and they're back at it to start a three-game series with the Sioux City Explorers. Ken Wiebe, this is a team that I have never seen play better. They're 34-14, but not just that. They're now 9.5 games ahead of St. Paul in the race for first.
Yeah, it's an impressive statistic. You don't often get a double-digit lead in the North Division in July, let alone any time during the course of the year. It's very impressive. Goldeyes have been getting it done. Rick Forney's club getting great pitching. Their defense has really picked things up, and now the bats have come around. We knew this was a potent lineup 1 through 9, but now they've really got everybody going right now. Casey Harther is just blazing right now. He's won the Player of the Week award twice in 3 weeks.
That really is remarkable, though, Casey Harther.
600.
425. 600 in a week.
It's ridiculously hot. At least 3 ball players told me today they've never seen anything like it at any level. And we're talking about guys like Reggie Abercrombie, who has played at the highest level in the big leagues. So it is a very impressive stretch for Harther. But he's not alone. Luis Allen hitting over 400 in the last 7 games. And they're potent 1 through 9. There's not an easy out in that batting order, and that's what's made them very dangerous.
Well, it hasn't hurt that the pitching's been pretty outstanding, too. They're getting great starts. They're getting their starters through 6-7 innings, and then you've got Lafferty and Kissick at the back end of the bullpen that have been virtually unhittable. Yeah, no, it's been very impressive. Goldeyes basically making it a 7-inning game. You get Lafferty to throw the 8th, Kissick to throw the 9th. Both of them have been lights out. So if you turn it into a 7-inning game, your starters are going to be pretty good, and you're going to get a big performance. Well, the Goldeyes have been tremendous, and we've got an anthem singer tonight who is absolutely tremendous as well. Beverly Wynn will sing the Canadian and American national anthems.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons' command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Tremendous Beverly win with our national anthems. And we're starting another ball game and another series here in Winnipeg, a 3-game set with the Sioux City Explorers and manager Steve Montgomery. Let's go down to the defenses. The Goldeyes starting defensive alignment. The boys out in the carpet. Brought to you by A&R Carpet Barn. Visit one of our 2 locations at 50 Archibald Street and 655 Pembina Highway. For the Goldeyes tonight, as always, Luis Allen will be the catcher. And you talk about red hot. He's hitting .297 now. When we were last on, he was hitting .242. He's played tremendous baseball. At first base, Casey Harther, the hottest man in baseball anywhere. At second base, Brock Bond. The shortstop, as always, Tyler Coonan. At third base is Josh Mazzola. Out in left field, Ray Sadler. In center field, Reggie Abercrombie. And in right field, Donnie Webb. The designated hitter is Ryan Pineda. And the starting pitcher tonight, Chris Salamita. The Goldeyes starting defensive alignment brought to you by A&R Carpet Barn. Visit ANRCarpetBarn.com. Your Goldeyes starting pitcher is brought to you by Lower Level Sports Cards, and they're on the concourse here tonight. Talking all-star game with everybody. They're at 189 Henderson Highway, right beside the subway. Visit us at lowerlevelsportscards.ca. Tell us about the pitcher, Chris Salamita. It seems he pitches every time we're on.
Indeed, the veteran left-hander starting for the 11th time this year, Scott. 3-3 record, earned run average of .452. It's a little higher than we're used to seeing from Salamita, but the crafty veteran, fastball, curve, slider, change. Coming off a start that saw him go 6 strong innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 earned runs, all of which 4 runs came in the 3rd inning, but had a really good start against Kansas City otherwise. He's a veteran presence, and you expect him to work deep into this contest.
Absolutely. Your Goldeyes starting pitcher is brought to you by Lower Level Sports Cards at 189 Henderson Highway, right beside the subway. Visit us at lowerlevelsportscards.ca. The starting lineup for the Sioux City Explorers is brought to you by Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, proud supporter of your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Visit us at PembinaChrysler.com. Oscar Mesa will lead it off and play left field. Then comes Michael Lang, the center fielder. Rene Tassoni, the designated hitter, bats third. Andres Perez, the big first baseman, hits fourth. Peter Barros is in right field. Amos Ramon, the former Goldeye, the MVP of the playoffs in 2012, plays at second base tonight and bats sixth. Tommy Mendonca plays third base. He bats seventh. Todd Jennings, the catcher, bats eighth. And Chris Escobar, the shortstop, will hit ninth. That's the Explorers starting lineup brought to you by Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, proud supporter of your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Visit us at PembinaChrysler.com. So we're about set to go as the Goldeyes 34-14 on the season. Yes, they've won 11 straight games. They are in first place by 9.5 games over St. Paul. They have won 8 in a row over their arch rivals, the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks. This is a team that, as Al Foster pointed out, is beyond white hot. It just doesn't get any hotter than this. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. It's on the corner for strike one. And the game's opening pitch is brought to you by Metro Center Limited for trailers, trailer parts, and accessories. Visit us at Metro Center, 620 Nairn Avenue. Salamita from Watervliet, New York. Here's his pitch. It's fouled back, and quickly he gets ahead 0-2.
And a lot of things have been impressive during the streak, Scott, but the fact that they've rattled off 8 straight against Fargo is mind-boggling. The Redhawks have owned the Goldeyes in the last couple seasons.
Last 20 years they've owned them.
Well, there have been a couple regular seasons where Winnipeg has done okay, but not to the degree that they're getting swept all the time. It's been very impressive to watch.
Pitch is fouled off again. 0-2 count remains. Rick Forney was saying the other day that this is a team that he's had a lot of trouble beating. And to win 8 straight from them is just something he wouldn't even imagine. 4 down there in a row.
They put up 10 runs in the 9th inning. There have been some series in Fargo where the Goldeyes haven't scored 10 runs.
Swing and a miss. Salamita gets Oscar Mesa for the first out of the ballgame, his first strikeout. The last time Chris Salamita worked, he struck out the first 4 batters he faced here in Winnipeg. So Salamita gets Mesa, the left fielder. Here's Michael Lang, the center fielder. Michael Lang from Dumont, New Jersey. Young kid, just 25, 5'11", 190. He's an LS1. Playing center field tonight. Salamita gets the sign from Allen. Salamita's first pitch is outside, ball one.
A little different look to Steve Montgomery's team since the first time they rolled through town, but they have the same problem. Runners left on base has been a major concern for this Explorers club.
Pitch on the corner, 1-1. The Explorers themselves have talked about the fact that they're offensively challenged. They have the third best team ERA in the American Association. They lead the league in runners left stranded at 398. 398 runners left on base.
Those are the kind of numbers that drive a manager bonkers.
And the worst thing is that Steve Montgomery's put together a real nice pitching staff.
No
Solid
question.
pitching staff. 2 balls and 1 strike to Michael Lang. Swing and miss. 2-2 Lang.
And he was excited about the hitters he put together. They just haven't really been able to come through in the clutch.
It's the one thing that Rick Forney always talks about. You measure your team's hitting by runners in scoring position and hits with 2 out. 2-2 the count to Lang. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 straight strikeouts for Salamita to start the ball game. So Lang goes down on strikes, and here comes Rennie Tassoni.
It's interesting. Some pitchers, Scott, take a while to get going, but Salamita's the kind of guy that always seems to come out of the bullpen firing bullets. You know, as you mentioned, the last couple starts, he's really come out hot, getting a lot of strikeouts. And again, Salamita's not a guy that overpowers you, but he changes speeds well, and that makes his fastball look faster than it really is.
And he works in and out and up and down.
Oh, absolutely.
The ball is all around the plate.
Keeping the hitter off balance. It's been excellent.
Pitch is grounded to third base foul, hit right off the end of the bat by Tassoni. Tassoni comes in hitting .261. He has 5 home runs. He's driven in 27, which makes him the team leader, 1 ahead of Todd Jennings, who has 26 RBIs. Tommy Mendonca has 20. And that does it for guys with more than 20 RBIs on the ballpark. Pitch is high, 1-1.
Sony's a Canadian, former Canadian national team member.
Now makes his home in Gilbert, Arizona. Salamita delivers, and it's grounded to Mazzola at third. He handles it easily. He's got a bullet arm, fires it across the diamond, and that does it for Sioux City in the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We play half an inning here in the downtown ballpark, and there you see Winnipeg, the skyline of Winnipeg. It's Sioux City nothing, Winnipeg coming to bat. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross.
Welcome back to downtown Winnipeg. The Explorers starting defensive alignment. The boys out in the carpet is brought to you by A&R Carpet Barn. Visit one of our 2 locations at 50 Archibald Street and 655 Pembina Highway. The catcher, Todd Jennings, tonight for the Sioux City Explorers. At first base, Big Andres Perez. At second base, the former Goldeye, Amos Ramon. Starting shortstop tonight is Chris Escobar. And at third base is Tommy Mendonca. In left field, Oscar Mesa. In center field tonight is Michael Lang. And in right field, Peter Barros. The designated hitter is Rennie Tassoni. And the starting pitcher tonight is Patrick Johnson. The X's starting defensive alignment brought to you by A&R Carpet Barn. Visit anrcarpetbarn.com. Your Explorer starting pitcher is brought to you by Lower Level Sports Cards at 189 Henderson Highway, right beside the subway. Visit us at lowerlevelsportscards.ca. Tell us about Patrick Johnson, who's had a pretty good start.
Hard-throwing right-hander Scott, making his 9th start and 13th appearance of the year, 4-2 record, 3.22 earned run average. Firm fastball, according to the scouting report, also has a curve slider and a change like most guys in this league. He's from North Carolina, 5'10", and he's a pretty feisty guy. We saw him earlier this year on a TV game, and he was pretty impressive. His only issue this year has been with walks. He has 35 walks to go against 48 strikeouts in 53 innings pitched.
That's the Explorers starting pitcher, Patrick Johnson, brought to you by Lower Level Sports Cards at 189 Henderson Highway, right beside the subway. Visit us at lowerlevelsportscards.ca. The Goldeyes starting lineup is brought to you by Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep. Proud supporter of your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Visit us at pembanachrysler.com. Tyler Kuhn leads it off and plays shortstop, followed by the third baseman, Josh Mazzola. Then the .425 hitting Casey Harther hits third. Ray Sadler's the cleanup hitter. Donnie Webb bats fifth. Reggie Abercrombie, the center fielder, hits sixth. Brock Bond at second base bats seventh. Luis Allen, who's hot himself, he catches and bats eighth. And Ryan Pineda, the designated hitter, hitting .305, bats ninth. The Goldeyes starting lineup brought to you by Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, proud supporter of your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Visit us at pembanachrysler.com. First pitch to Kuhn is inside for ball one.
Remember Johnson earlier this year, Scott, he throws in the high 80s, low 90s. He'll hit 90 plus on the gun. Pretty live arm.
Pitch is high, 2 balls and no strikes. Tyler Kuhn, the number 6 hitter in the league, batting .338. He has 70 hits and 207 at bats already this season. He scored 38 runs, driven in 26. Pitch is in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Tyler Kuhn.
And he's a real patient hitter, Scott. I think that's what you want to see out of your leadoff man, obviously. And Kuhn just takes a real professional at bat. You can tell he spent a lot of time in AA and AAA baseball.
There's one fouled off onto the roof.
He's got a really good approach, and he's got a really good approach with 2 strikes. He really does a nice job of shortening up in order to, see the pitch as long as he can, let it travel, and waste the tough ones that he really has to up there.
2-2 to Tyler Kuhn. Here's the pitch by Johnson. There's a line drive off the glove of the shortstop, Chris Escobar. It'll go as a base hit. It'll be a single for Tyler Kuhn. Escobar made a great effort. We'll have another look. First hit of the ball game brought to you by the University of Winnipeg. This year, the Goldeyes leading hitter will win the Tear the Cover Off the Ball trophy presented by the University of Winnipeg. The current leader, I'll let you guess, it's Casey Harther. He's hitting .425. That puts him 56 points. Well, I'll correct that. 66 points ahead of Drew Martinez in the race for the batting title in the league. There's a good chance he'll win the Tear the Cover Off the Ball trophy. Real good chance. Josh Mazzola steps in, runner at first and nobody out. Johnson checks the runner. Here's the pitch. It's high for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes to Josh Mazzola, hitting .240. Slowly but surely, the batting average is starting to rise.
As we expected. This guy's a professional hitter. He works really hard. Took an extra couple rounds in the cage before the game today as well. Saw him down there working with Tom Vaith before the game, before getting out on the field for BP.
The one thing you notice about all of these guys, even the guys that are scuffling a little bit, is the attitude. Come to the park, happy to come to the ballpark. Team's winning. Pitch to Mazzola's inside. 2 balls and no strikes.
That's the thing. These guys really enjoy themselves at the ballpark. Over the course of a 100-game season, it can get to be a grind and dog days of summer. We got July happening here, but when you're winning games, it's fun. And this group really enjoys being around one another, and they've put together a great streak, but this is a team that believes they come to the park and expecting to win. Most teams come to the park and think you have a chance to win. The Goldeyes right now expect to win. It doesn't matter if they get down early, if they are down late. They believe they'll find a way to get it done, and that's one of the reasons why they're 20 games over 500 at this stage of the game.
Counts 3-0. That one's in there for a strike. 3-1. We're in the first inning. We don't have that score bug across the screen tonight. We hope we'll have it later on. No score, first inning. Here at Shaw Park, Goldeyes and Sioux City Explorers. Tyler Kuhn at first with nobody out. 3-1, the count to Mazzola. Here's the pitch. That's on the corner for strike 2. Mazzola thought it was inside, not very happy. But Patrick Johnson got away with one, and 3-2, full count to Josh Mazzola.
Johnson's got that bulldog attitude from what I remember about the start earlier in the year. He's not afraid to pitch from behind in the count.
Johnson checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Tyler Kuhn is safe at second base. Nope, he's thrown out. I thought that ball was on the ground. It was not. Tyler Kuhn thrown out at second, so it's strike him out, throw him out. Double play.
Real good throw right here. There you see it. Not a bad jump. Good scoop by the second baseman. Yep. And Kuhn is caught. The hit and run looked to be on.
I thought the ball came out, but it's the corner of the bag.
Yeah, real good tag.
No,
Yeah, that
great throw.
Great tag by Amos Ramon, and an absolutely perfect throw by Todd Jennings, who's one of the best defensive catchers in the American Association. It's one of the big reasons Steve Montgomery brought him into this club, to work with that good pitching staff.
1 ball and no strikes to Casey Harther, a 17-game hitting streak. Here's a pitch low, 2 balls and no strikes. Ray Sadler in the on-deck circle. Johnson kicks and delivers. And there's a fly ball into right field. Wandering over is Peter Barros, the big right fielder, and he makes the catch, and that does it. For the Goldeyes in the first inning, no runs, a hit, no errors, nobody left on the strike him out, throw him out double play. There you look at Patrick Johnson. We've played 1 complete inning here in downtown Winnipeg. It's Winnipeg nothing, Sioux City nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball. Scott Taylor, Ken Weave, and Al Foster. Glad you could join us live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross.
Join the movement to kick cancer. 5 simple things can reduce your risk of cancer by up to 50%. Choose a balanced diet with plenty of fruits and vegetables. Get active to maintain a healthy body weight. Avoid tobacco and secondhand smoke. Protect yourself from UV rays. Follow cancer screening guidelines and see your doctor for regular checkups. Take the pledge to reduce your risk of cancer. Join the movement at kickcancer.ca.
An initiative of Cancer Care Manitoba Foundation, supported by Safeway.
Chris Salamita, the lefty, who, as we mentioned the last time he pitched, spent the off-season in Australia. Had a tremendous time and was the winning pitcher in the championship game in what Chris himself called a bit of a senior men's league, the Australian semi-pro.
Hey, at least he's playing in the winter.
But he was playing in the winter and having a lot of fun. Detailing cars was his job over there. So it'll be Andres Perez to lead it off, followed by Peter Barros and Amos Ramon. Andres Perez is our cleanup hitter tonight, brought to you by Multi-Material Stewardship of Manitoba. More than half of all household garbage can be recycled. Recycling is easy and convenient. We all win with recycling. For more information, visit simplyrecycle.ca. So Perez comes in hitting .251. He has a home run and 13 driven in. Andres Perez makes his home in New York City. 30 years old. 6'2", 205. Salamita kicks, delivers. First pitch is on the corner for strike 1. We're in the second inning, the top of the second. It's 0-0 at the downtown ballpark. Goldeyes and Sioux City Explorers in the first game of a 3-game set. It's the first game of 11 games at home in 10 days. Curveball on the corner. Quickly, Salamita gets ahead 0-2.
Bit of a survival of the fittest coming up here with those
2 doubleheaders against St. Paul.
No question.
That could end it for St. Paul. There's a fly ball to center field. Reggie Abercrombie wanders over. He makes the catch. And there's the first out of the second inning. Perez flies out to Abercrombie, and that'll bring up Peter Barros. The way the schedule works, it's Sioux City tonight at 7, tomorrow night at 7, Thursday night at 7. Then Gary comes to town Friday for a 7 o'clock start. Saturday it's Gary at 6, and then Sunday at 1:30. The Goldeyes have Monday off, and then they play a doubleheader next Tuesday night starting at 5 o'clock. Then they play a doubleheader starting at 5 o'clock on the 16th, and then they start at noon on the 17th. Quite a week.
Now that first game against St. Paul, that is the resumption.
The resumption.
Right?
Yeah,
it'll pick up in the bottom of the third inning.
Left, yeah. 5.5 innings left. Yeah, I think it was the bottom of the third. Yeah, about 5.5. Make it 5.
It's still going to be a long day with the pitching staffs of both clubs.
Pitch on the corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to Peter Barros. Barros hitting .266. He has a homer and 11 driven in. Salamita gets the side, kicks and delivers. There's a ground ball to Kuhn at shortstop. Handles it, fires to Casey Hart. Quickly 2 away here in the second inning. Still no score. The Goldeyes and Explorers. We'll have another look at this.
Salamita very sharp early, Scott. There's a good pitch down in the zone. Fielded cleanly by Kuhn. Fires it over to first, a hard third for the second out of the inning. Goldeyes' infield defense has been excellent, and they've got very good range in the outfield, which has been another real big key for this club defensively. They got nice range in the outfield, real good glove guys on the infield right now.
Here's Amos Ramon, the former Goldeye, playing second base here. He started the season in the Atlantic League. Pitch to Ramon is outside for ball 1.
Incredible reception for Ramon, Scott. He came up on the dugout steps while the Goldeyes were hitting, and almost every player in a Goldeyes uniform went over and gave him a big hug. Ray Sadler and Reggie Abercrombie picked him up and gave him a huge bear hug. This is a guy that was very well liked, and basically came down to this. His roster classification cost him his job. It wasn't that Amos Ramon wasn't a good player. It was that the Goldeyes had too many LS5 and veteran players on the roster.
2 balls and no strikes to Ramon. Salamita's pitch. That's on the corner for a strike. 2-1. Yeah, sports fans who know how the CFL works understands how this works. There were just too many veteran LS5 players on the club. Somebody had to go, and Ramon drew the short straw. Pitch is high. 3 balls and 1 strike to Amos. 2 away. We're in the top of the second inning. Still no score. Chris Salamita dealing against Patrick Johnson.
Ramon, always a fan favorite. He was instrumental in helping the Goldeyes win their championship in 2002. He was the MVP of the playoffs. Did a great job both defensively and offensively with some clutch hits.
Swing and a miss. 3-2 the count. Amos comes in, hitting 185. He has 2 homers and 6 driven in. He's played 9 games. 6 for 33. Here's the pitch. And that's right down the middle for strike 3. Amos knew it. And that's the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Chris Salamita. Another 3-up, 3-down inning. Nothing across for the Sioux City Explorers. Chris Salamita deals through his first 2. 6 up, 6 down. You look at downtown Winnipeg. It's Sioux City nothing, Winnipeg nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes baseball. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning right here on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. The Lazy Boy Comfort Zones, located in the Winnipeg Free Press Sky Suite, is fully furnished with the latest Lazy Boy sofas, love seats, and recliners. The Winnipeg Goldeyes would like to thank Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, located at 1425 Ellis Avenue, for their support. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Comfort, it's what we do.
Welcome back. Here you look at Ryan Pineda and Chandler Barnard. And the fans love him. Nice night at the ballpark. Some dark clouds to the north and east of us, but generally a lovely evening. And a pretty nice crowd for a Tuesday night in July. I know lots of people are gone, a lot on the road, but a lot spending the evening with us. There you look at Ray Sadler. He's tonight's cleanup hitter for the Goldeyes. It's brought to you by Multi-Material Stewardship of Manitoba. More than half of all household garbage can be recycled. Recycling is easy and convenient. We all win with recycling. For more information, visit simplyrecycle.ca. So Ray Sadler from Clifton, Texas, who in the off-season became a baseball coach, coaching the kids, and loved every minute of it. So Sadler steps in to face Patrick Johnson. Johnson gave up a hit in the first inning to the leadoff man, Tyler Kuhn, but Kuhn was thrown out trying to steal. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Sadler doesn't agree and goes for a walk. Ray is hitting .238. He has 9 home runs. That's number 2 on the club, and 30 runs driven in. That's tied for the team lead with Reggie Abercrombie. Pitch by Johnson is in there for strike 2.
That's the thing with Sadler. His average is down a bit, but again, he's a productive hitter. 30 ribby. Same with Abercrombie. Slow start, but still productive.
That pitch is well above the helmet. One ball and 2 strikes to Ray Sadler. We're in the bottom of the second inning, no score. The Goldeyes and Sioux City Explorers.
Sorry about that, Scott. The Goldeyes balance we spoke about earlier. It's just impressive. They got 3 guys with 30-plus ribbies. Casey Harther also with 31. So we got 3 guys accounting for 30-plus ribbies. So it's not like you can just walk around one guy to get an easy...
Casey Harther said that this afternoon, that they can't walk him to get to anybody or they get killed. Swing and a miss. Johnson with the fastball gets his second strikeout of the game. Sadler down on strikes, and here comes Donnie Webb. Donnie Webb hit 290, has 6 homers and 28 driven in. He hit a 3-run homer in that 10-run 9th inning in Fargo. I was listening to Steve Schuster call the game on Sunday afternoon, and when Reggie Abercrombie hit the home run, I said, great, it's 6-3. That'll be great. Proceeded to score 8 more with 2 out. A 10-run 9th inning.
Bit of an offensive explosion.
Hit after hit after hit, and then Webb just bombed one.
Casey Arthur told me before the game that this team's been putting up crooked numbers at will almost, but you don't see a lot of 10-run innings. No. Not against a team like Fargo anyway.
2 balls and no strikes to Webb. Johnson gets the sign from Jennings. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. 2-1. Our apologies. No score bug tonight. It is 0-0. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Sioux City and Winnipeg here on Shaw TV. Johnson kicks and delivers. And that's just a tremendous pitch. Drops one of those 12-6 curveballs in there for a strike. 2-2. There's one fouled right over our heads. Uh-oh. You had your bike again tonight, Al.
Indeed, I did.
I think he agrees. It's a good thing, too, because that would have been trouble. Uh-oh. Somebody better get Mako Collision Repair and Auto Painting. Canada's Body Shop at 983 Wall Street. 2-2, the count to Donnie Webb. Here's the pitch. That's low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Patrick Johnson wanted that one.
Sorry, Scott, I was just looking at a tweet from Zach Peters, just saying how nice it was to see Goldeyes fans giving former Goldeyes player Amos Ramon a warm welcome back to Shaw Park, like you said.
Oh, you'd expect
curveball is in there for a strike. Donnie Webb thought it was high, but it will be the second strikeout of the inning and the 3rd of the game for Patrick Johnson. So Webb makes the long walk back to the dugout, and here comes Reggie Abercrombie. Reggie Abercrombie is starting to move up in a couple of the categories in hitting in the league, and he has slipped into the top 5 in home runs. He has 10. The leader is Travis Denker from the Laredo Lemurs with 15 home runs. First pitch to Abercrombie is in there for a strike. 0-0 the score. We're in the bottom of the second inning. 2 away, nobody on.
Yeah, no surprise to see the fans welcoming Ramon. He was a guy who made his full-time residence in Winnipeg throughout the off-season.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2 on the 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier. This guy hits the low 90s on the gun, and he's got that bulldog mentality on the hill. 4th-year pro, first in independent baseball. He's a draft pick of the Colorado Rockies, 25th rounder.
Johnson's pitch is in there for strike 3. Called out on strikes is Abercrombie, and Johnson strikes out the side in the second inning. 0 across for the Goldeyes. And we played 2 complete as Patrick Johnson and Chris Salamita dealing through the first 2. We got some discussion with Reggie and the home plate umpire Nick Gonzalez, but Tom Vaith stepped in between and Reggie goes for a walk to center field. We played 2 complete. It's 0-0 Winnipeg and Sioux City. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross.
Check out 300 Rise of an Empire, available right now on Shaw On Demand.
Has stress.
I will attack the Greeks with my entire navy. history shows we chose to die on our feet rather than live on our knees.
At Go Winnipeg, we get to do things a little bit differently than other stations.
It all starts with sitting down to draw a picture.
We go past the basic facts and become storytellers, showing viewers what's happening in the city and beyond.
And I hope one day I can play in the Olympics.
Stories that may otherwise be missed, yet matter so much to our community. We even hit the scene with special event live mobile coverage. That's the Shaw TV difference.
Welcome back to Shaw Park. We have played 2 complete innings here at the downtown ballpark. It is Sioux City nothing, Winnipeg nothing. A couple of great looking fans having fun at the ballpark tonight. They have a 3-game series coming up with these Sioux City Explorers tonight, tomorrow night, Thursday night. For Sioux City here in the 3rd inning, it'll be Tommy Mendonca, the third baseman, followed by Todd Jennings, the catcher, and Chris Escobar, the shortstop. Mendonca hitting .225. He has a home run and 20 driven in. There's a pitch on the corner for strike 1. Mendonca went down to square to bunt. Pulled it back, and it was still a called strike by Nick Gonzalez, the home plate umpire. Pitch by Salamita's low. 1 ball and 1 strike. The umpires for tonight's game, Nick Gonzalez is behind the plate, Joe Stegner is at first base, and Bobby Feaster is the third base umpire. Salamita, big curveball hit on a line over the head of Reggie Abercrombie. Again, he did not see that ball leave the bat. Looks like it could be a triple. Rounding second is Mendonca. He'll go into third base. A triple for Mendonca, because Reggie Abercrombie in that sun field did not see the ball when it left the bat. He had no idea where it was.
No, this ball's ripped. It's a high curve ball. Abercrombie tried to shield his eyes, but it's over his head. If he had gotten a good jump on it, he probably would have had it, but frustration maybe carried over a little bit after the tough ring up at the plate, and he just didn't see it off the bat, and it goes over his head for a triple.
Well, he's had trouble all season long with that sun field in center.
It's difficult to play. Like, even there, he did everything he could. He tried shading his eyes, but he just never picked the ball up off the bat.
Pitch by Salamita to Todd Jennings is in there for strike 1, so it's a triple for Mendonca. He's at third with nobody out. Still no score, but a run is 90 feet from home plate for the Sioux City Explorers. Jennings hitting .261. He has a homer and leads the team with 26 runs batted in. Salamita delivers, fouled onto the street. Quickly, Salamita gets ahead 0-2. Chris Escobar, the shortstop, is in the on-deck circle.
Explorers lost Nate Sampson recently. That's a big loss for them. The former Goldeyes shortstop who'd been doing a great job in the field and especially at the plate, both at the dish and on the bases. Incredibly fast base runner as well.
Salamita's pitch is popped up foul and will get out of play. So Jennings fights off the strikeout. Count remains 0-2. Salamita's going right at Jennings with a runner at third and nobody out. The first run of the ball game, sitting at third base.
There's a silly humming in my program. I have it too. Yep.
Mine's really bad too, guys.
0-2, the count to Jennings. Salamita gets the sign from Allen. Here's the pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Strikeout number 4 for Chris Salamita. One away and a runner at third. Let's have another.
There's that curve again, Scott. Really tough pitch. Such late movement, basically coming right at his ankle by the time the bend completes. Real good curve right there by Salamita.
Here's the shortstop, Chris Escobar, hitting .167. He does not have a home run. He is driven in 1. Escobar has played 6 ball games with this club. He's 3 for 18. There's a pitch right down the middle for strike 1. The Goldeyes will give up a run for an out. Mazzola's in at third base. Everybody else straight away. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So Salamita gets ahead 0-2 on Chris Escobar. Mendonca at third, no score yet. But with that triple to lead off, Mendonca just 90 feet from home plate. Now the Goldeyes move in a little bit in the infield. Mendonca with a good lead. Salamita gets the sign. Here's the delivery. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Salamita gets his 5th strikeout of the ball game. And now there's a runner at third with 2 away, and we go back to the top of the order and Oscar Mesa.
Great reaction from Escobar. I think he said a few words you're not allowed to say on television, at least not on live television.
That was a heck of a pitch, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Salamita just really bearing down here after that leadoff triple.
By the way, those hats the Goldeyes are wearing tonight, courtesy of tonight's charity sponsor, the Canadian Diabetes Association. So, Canadian Diabetes Association hats for the Goldeyes tonight. There's a pitch. Line drive base hit. Solid bit of hitting by Oscar Mesa, scores the first run of the game. It'll be an RBI for Mesa. So with 2 out, Mesa delivers, and that's got to make Steve Montgomery happy. A team that has stranded far too many base runners. Mendonca triples, and he's driven home on the single by Oscar Mesa.
Yeah, real good piece of hitting. Salamita been doing a great job putting hitters away. Mesa catches him with a fastball. It looked like it caught too much of the plate. Brent Matheny will be happy about that as well, former Goldeye.
Will. Lots of former friends on this. Well, I wouldn't say former friends, still friends. Amos Ramon, Brent Matheny, and of course Steve Montgomery, the manager. So it's 1-0. Sioux City leads it. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. First 2 hits of the ball game for Sioux City. A triple by Mendonca, and that single with 2 out by Oscar Mesa. It brings up Michael Lang, the center fielder. Lang is 0 for 1. He struck out back in the 1st inning. Salamita delivers. There's the throw to first base. Mesa started to lean a little bit towards second.
Good idea by Allen, throwing it behind the runner, but not quick enough to pick off Mesa.
So Mesa with a pretty good lead at first. 1-0. Sioux City leads it. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. Salamita checks the runner, and Mesa with a good lead. Here's the pitch. That misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Those are good-looking hats, though, aren't they?
They're nice-looking hats. Black hats.
Obviously, it's a cause very dear to my heart. My mother was diabetic. Certainly recognize the hard work the organization does.
So Salamita digging in. He's given up a run in this 3rd inning with a triple and then a single. 2 away. A runner at first. Salamita works slowly with a runner on. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Michael Lang. Lang came in hitting .254. He hasn't hit a home run yet. He has 8 RBIs. Lang, in his 2 games with this Sioux City club, is 1 for 9. There's a pitch low. 3-1 now to Lang. 1 for 9. Now there's a guy you'd expect Salamita to go after. Mesa gets pretty big lead. Harther holds him at first base. Salamita more concerned about Lang. Here's the pitch, and it's popped up. Straight up in the air. Amos Ramon, it's called off by Luis Allen. Called off by Josh Mazzola at third base, and Mazzola makes the catch in foul territory. So that ends the inning. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We played 2.5. We'll go to the bottom of the third. It's the Sioux City Explorers 1, the Winnipeg Goldeyes nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball. We're live right here on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross.
Ready for summer? If you have a cottage or cabin, Shaw Direct has your family's entertainment covered. Get Shaw Direct Satellite TV for your home away from home and receive your first month free. 2 free movies plus a free HD PVR rental for 2 years. Got a cottage or cabin? Get Shaw Direct Satellite TV today.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Chiropractors in Manitoba are passionate about the services they provide. Over the years, they develop health and wellness programs for the public that provide preventative approaches to avoiding pain and improving daily performance. One of those programs, Straighten Up Manitoba, which we do right here at the ballpark in the 4th inning, will help improve posture, stabilize core muscle groups, enhance health, and prevent problems with your spine. Complete the exercises when you have 3 free minutes anytime during your day. A message from the Manitoba chiropractor. Speaking of a message, Al Foster.
Well, Scott, just wanted to make mention, of course, that we've got some pretty serious goings on to the west of Winnipeg, of course, as the waters continue to rise in southern Manitoba. Shaw TV will keep you up to date on what's happening around the province in terms of volunteer needs, that type of thing. We will have the daily provincial flood update, and we'll provide community announcements for volunteers and supplies that are needed to support each community. Just a couple of things that come across the desk here. Need for volunteers, of course, and support for them when they're out there with food and water, and that even includes the armed forces who need to be fed by the community as they don't have much time to stop. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, Al Foster. First pitch to the leadoff man here in the 3rd inning. Brock Bond is in there for strike 1. It'll be Bond, Luis Allen, and Ryan Pineda to face Patrick Johnson, who has had 2 very good innings to start this ball game. That pitch is high and inside for ball 1. 1-0, Sioux City leads it. We apologize for not having a score bug tonight. I will try to mention the score as often as I can. Kenny can keep hitting me if I forget. There's a ground ball, a tough hop, but handled by Andres Perez at first base. He touches the bag, and that's the first out of the inning. Interesting play at first base. We had Patrick Johnson doing his job to get over, and Perez almost didn't have any room.
Yeah, this is interesting. Not quite sure why he didn't flip it. Made it a lot closer. Did his foot ever come down on the bag, though?
I think it did.
It was
close.
It did. That play was a lot closer than it needed to be. Unnecessarily.
So here's Luis Allen. Boy, is Luis hot. He's 16 for 36 in his last 10 games, hitting .444. There's a pop-up on the infield. Going back is the shortstop Escobar, and he's waved off by the left fielder Oscar Mesa, who came a long way to make that play. It'll go as a fly out to Mesa.
Always an easier play for the guy coming in, especially when he's going at that speed. They're having a good laugh about it.
Here's Ryan Pineda, the number 9 hitter for the Goldeyes, comes in hitting .305, 2 homers, 24 driven in. He's the designated hitter tonight. And Pineda's another guy who has stayed hot throughout the year. In the last 10 games, he's 10 for 34, hitting .294. He has 10 runs scored and 5 driven in. First pitch is in there for strike 1. 1-0, Sioux City leads it. We're in the bottom of the 3rd here at Shaw Park in downtown Winnipeg.
It's been interesting, Scott. Pineda actually has hit better since becoming the designated hitter.
There's no question about it, since he moved from second base to the DH.
And he was struggling a bit with the glove in the field, a few too many errors, whether it was at third or at second, and he's done a nice job since becoming the DH, really just focusing on him.
Rick Forney said that he liked the way he swings with his legs, that he can get the ball lofted, get it up in the air. He has only 1 or 2 home runs, but he's got a little more power for that, and he's not really a very big man. 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss. Count goes even at 2-2. That fastball at 86 from Patrick Johnson.
Doesn't get cheated very often.
No, he doesn't.
Takes a quite aggressive hack at it.
really aggressive number 9 hitter. But he's one of those guys that has speed, so he gets on the base pass. He doesn't clutter him up for the top of the order. Swing and a miss. Johnson's 5th strikeout of the game. And that's it for the Goldeyes in the 3rd. Nothing across, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We have played 3 innings here in downtown Winnipeg. It's the Sioux City Explorers 1, the Winnipeg Goldeyes nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross.
I know it's kind of obvious, but I got to talk a little bit about the winning streak. First of all, have you been with a team that's gone through something like this before?
Not quite that I can remember. Guys are playing baseball at a high level here lately, and just getting a little bit of everything from everybody. You know, contributions up and down the order offensively, and starting pitching's been real good. Bullpen guys are getting the guys who're supposed to get out. So I haven't seen anything quite like this. It's just sitting back and enjoying the ride.
Do you ever worry about overconfidence in a situation like this?
No, I don't worry about stuff like that. You can tell just by watching your team play whether they get complacent or not, and I don't think we have that group here.
Thanks for this, Rick.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Foster. Thank you, Rick Forney. And you're right. The one thing he's talked about right from the start of the year is it's a good character ball club.
Oh, no question. And again, guys like winning. You don't want to get
funny
complacent.
how that works.
Yeah, you don't want to get complacent because the next thing you know, you're on a 5-game losing streak. And when you have the mentality where you expect to win, you don't let a 5-game losing streak happen because you hate losing. That's the other part of enjoying winning. If you hate losing, it can also lead to more winning.
Sounds so simple, doesn't it?
Well, it is definitely a simple game at times.
We go to the top of the 4th inning here at Shaw Park in downtown Winnipeg. Rennie Tassoni, Andres Perez, and Peter Barrows to face Chris Salamita. 1-0. Sioux City leads it. A triple by Mendonca, the number 7 hitter in the lineup. And then a single by Oscar Mesa with 2 out. The only run in the ball game for Sioux City. And so here comes the left-handed hitting Rennie Tassoni, the Canadian, who now lives in Gilbert, Arizona. Can't blame him.
Well, we're still claiming him as a Canadian,
We
though.
will still claim
no
him. He's
question
former
about
national
that.
team member.
Made the big leagues as well with the Twins.
Swing and a foul.
Chris Salamita padding those all-time strikeout leader
He is. He now
numbers as well.
Has 5 in this ball game. Pitch to Sony is inside, 1-1. Nobody out. We're in the top of the 4th. Big curveball is on the corner for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Rennie Tassoni. Remember the All-Star games coming up. 28th and 29th of the month. Pitched by Salamita's low, 2-2. The 28th is the All-Star Skills Competition, plus Ken Weeb and the Media Skills Competition. Can't wait for that. That goes at 6 o'clock Monday night, then the All-Star Game, 7 o'clock Tuesday night, right here at Shaw Park. Pitched by Salamita, big curveball fouled off. The big looper. And Tassoni fought it off. Count remains at 2. 1-0. Sioux City leads it. Sioux City 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. The Goldeyes no runs on 1 hit and no errors. Salamita gets the sign from Luis Allen. Here's the pitch. Chop foul. Count remains even at 2-2.
Speaking of great pitching, it'll be nice to have Fergie Jenkins.
Ferguson Jenkins, the guest speaker at the luncheon on the 29th. That's almost sold out. You can call me here at the Goldeyes office at 982-2273. There are some single tickets available for the luncheon. The luncheon we had for the All-Star game back in 2008 was in that little kind of spare room in the corner of the Fairmont. This one is in both ballrooms. 70 tables already sold, nearly sold out. It's going to be great to see Ferguson Jenkins. There's a ground ball to Brock Bond. He handles it easily, and Tassoni is the first out of the 4th inning. 1-0. Sioux City leads it, and here comes Andres Perez. Perez is 0 for 1. He flied out to the center fielder Abercrombie back in the second inning when it was a little cloudier. And now Abercrombie is in a position where he's in the shade of the, it'd probably be the Fairmont, perhaps, the building that he's in the shade of. Or
it's always better to be in the shade when you're in center field, that's for sure.
Field, so you can see
that luncheon will be fun. Whitey Herzog was outstanding when he was the
great.
speaker.
He was tremendous. Great friend of Hal Lanier's, of course.
Yep.
Here's the pitch. It's in there for a strike. Well, when was Whitey? Was he 20? He was 2001, wasn't he? Yeah, Whitey was 2001, and then Paul Beeston, no, not Paul Beeston, but Pat Gillick was 2008.
Yes, indeed.
Pat Gillick, who ran the Philadelphia Phillies at the time. 1-1 the count to Andres Perez. Perez came in hitting .251. He had a home run and 13 driven in. Salamita kicks, delivers, way inside. 2-1 to Perez. Andres Perez, the New Yorker, 30 years old. Celebrated his 30th birthday on the 23rd of May of this year. 1-0, Sioux City leads it. We're in the top of 4. Pitch hit foul onto the screen. 2-2. Salamita's using everything, and he's using the entire plate tonight. He's not going to overpower you, although he has a pretty sneaky fastball.
Sure does.
Sneaky fast. Fastball with great movement. Here's his pitch. Curveball is grounded to Kuhn at short. Backhand, fires across the diamond to first, and they get him. Nice play by Tyler Kuhn at shortstop. And Perez is the second out of this 4th inning, and that'll bring up Peter Barrows. Chris Salamitas talked all year about how good his defense is. How good is this?
Yeah, this is another great example. Another real good curve. Perez gets down the line pretty quickly. A nice backhand by Kuhn and a strong throw across the diamond to get him by a quarter of a step, if you will. Real good job.
Boy, whoever came up with 90 feet between the bases sure had it figured out, didn't they? Kuhn makes a clean play. You do that at any level of baseball. You get the runner.
Yeah, Mr. Doubleday had some good thoughts on that one.
If it was indeed Mr. Doubleday. May have been Albert Spaulding. First pitch to Peter Barrows is low for ball 1.
Yeah, and we've mentioned before, but Kuhn is a guy who played a lot of second base. He hasn't played shortstop regularly for a long time, and he looks pretty comfortable there this season.
Another pitch low. 2 balls and no strikes to Barrow. What I am really impressed with is his ability to just make the pick and his arm. For a guy who was a second baseman, he has had no problem making that throw from deep at short.
No, it's true, and it's one thing to tell a manager that you can play a position. Everyone will say, I'll play anywhere. But if you can't do the job, you're going to be replaced, and Tyler Kuhn has been just outstanding at short this year.
Salamita falls behind 3-0 to Barrows. Sioux City leads at 1-0. We're in the top of the 4th inning at Shaw Park in downtown Winnipeg. First game of a 3-game series between Sioux City and the Goldeyes. Sioux City comes in with a record of 20-30. The Goldeyes 34-14. But Sioux City has the upper hand right now. There's a pitch right down the middle. 3-1, 83 mile-an-hour fastball.
Barrows played at the University of Bridgeport in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Big guy. Pitch misses outside. First walk of the game given up by Chris Salamita. Puts a runner at first with 2 out, and will bring up Amos Ramon. Amos struck out looking back in the 2nd inning. Well, strikeout number 3 for Salamita. He has 5. So does Patrick Johnson. 1-0 Sioux City leads it. They have a runner at first with 2 away. Here in the top of the 4th inning. You look at Amos Ramon. Salamita checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Big curveball is high. Ball 1.
Ramon played high school baseball at Mary Carroll High School in Corpus Christi with future big leaguers Cliff Pennington and Brooks Kieschnick.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. Want to know the count to Ramon. Salamita's pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1 to Amos Ramon, who, of course, if you were a Goldeyes fan, remembers that incredible run he had when the Goldeyes had their incredible run in 2012. They won 6 straight playoff games, and Ramon was responsible for 3 of those wins. Pitch to Amos, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ramon. Pitch on the outside corner might have been out of the strike zone, but Ramon couldn't lay off. Tough pitch to take.
The Goldeyes had a lot of great contributions during that run. Brian Boyning, the reliever, was outstanding as well, but Ramon did it in the field and at the plate as well.
Salamita checks the runner. There he goes, and there's the pitch, and it's a line drive into center field for a base hit. Abercrombie picks it up, and he's going to make the play at third base, and they got, and Mazzola can't handle it. Now they try to go back across the diamond, and they got him. Whoa! And this is going to create a Donnybrook.
Oh, boy.
Wow. At third base, Barrows was dead to rights, but Mazzola couldn't hold on to the ball. Then Mazzola goes back to first base. It'll officially be 8-5-3 on the putout. Let's have another look. Amos Ramon not happy. Boy, oh boy. He looks safe from up here. Now we're way up here.
This is bizarre. This ball's ripped. What is Barrows doing is what I don't understand. He stops running in the middle of the base paths. Abercrombie knows he's got him toast right there. Mazzola throws it across the diamond. What is Barrows doing?
And Mazzola can't hold on, but Mazzola smart enough to throw across the diamond to first.
Well, that's not even close. That is not even close.
We played 3.5 innings. Wow, what a call. It's Sioux City 1, the Goldeyes nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross.
All right, I guess we should talk about the call, just what you saw.
Well, I clearly thought Amos got in there safe ahead of the tag. I thought the guy was a little bit out of position, but that's what happens when you're rotating with umpires. Sometimes you get caught out of position, and the play was going to third. His head was turned, and he said he probably missed it.
Let's focus on a positive now. Little jump in your team step tonight.
Yeah, a little bit. 2 days off, we really needed that, and to refresh the legs. We had a long road trip down in Texas with no off days, going down or coming back. So good to get some off days and start fresh.
Thanks for this, Steve.
All right, thank you.
The wonderful Steve Montgomery, and boy, he handled that well.
Class act.
You wouldn't have. You would have said so. He probably got tossed.
I didn't handle it.
Safe.
Yeah, that was rough.
But what I like best about Montgomery is he said, the umpire said, I probably missed it. And for Steve, that's probably good enough. That's the kind of guy he is. Okay, yeah, you missed it. Stuff happened. For the Goldeyes in the bottom of the 4th inning, it'll be Tyler Kuhn, Josh Mazzola, and Casey Harther to face Patrick Johnson, who has looked very, very good through the first 3. And Sioux City leads at 1-0.
There's no replay in the American Association.
No replay and no challenges.
And if there were, that would have been overturned.
First pitch to Tyler Kuhn is low for ball 1. Kuhn is 1 for 1. He's single, but he was thrown out trying to steal after Mazzola struck out. Pitch by Johnson is high and outside, 2-0.
Explorers ran into a real hot Wichita Wingnuts club as they were swept. Wingnuts getting their 33rd win to go against only 17 defeats. They've been very hot in the South Division.
Pitch on the corner, 2-1 to Tyler Kuhn. Wichita's a great team. 2 years ago, the Goldeyes beat them in the final. Wichita's always around championships. Really nice ball club in Wichita. Curveball high. 2 balls and 1 strike to Tyler Kuhn. Kuhn came in hitting .338. That's gone up a point today. He has a homer, 26 driven in. Goldeyes trying to get something going. They're down 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Johnson's pitch is fouled back right toward us. Off the screen. 1 run on 3 hits for the Sioux City Explorers. No runs on only 1 hit for the Goldeyes, and that's Tyler Kuhn's leadoff single. And it wasn't hit very hard. There's one foul back. 3-2. Count goes full to Tyler Kuhn.
Another good example there, Scott, of letting the ball travel and really just spoiling tough pitches to keep the at-bat alive.
Three and two. Here's the pitch, and there's a line drive hit softly into center field, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Second hit of the night for Tyler Kuhn. He's 2 for 2. Goldeyes' second hit of the night. Team down 1-0 needs base runners. Kuhn provides it, and here comes Josh Mazzola. Mazzola struck out his first trip. And then Todd Jennings made a great throw. The second baseman, Amos Ramon, put the tag down on Kuhn, get him stealing for the double play. Kuhn with a pretty good lead at first base. He's being held by Perez. Johnson gets the sign from Jennings. Here's the pitch. Mazzola squares, tries to bunt, fouls it off. Strike one.
Well, we haven't seen Josh Mazzola bunt very often during his Goldeyes career.
And Mazzola is looking down at Rick Forney with kind of an incredulous look. I don't know their signs, nor will I try to guess. We'll see if Mazzola squares again. In at third base is Tommy Mendonca. Kuhn thinking about going, of course, especially if Mazzola squares. Mendonca right in on the grass. Here's the pitch by Johnson. There's a shot past Mendonca. That should be a double. Tyler Kuhn rounds second. He's going to go into third base sliding. He's safe. Mazzola goes on to second. I don't know whether they'll give him a double or a single in the throw.
They should give him a double. He was going all the way, but again, if the throw from left, you can't assume the throw from left field is going to get him. Mazzola never stopped, as you're going to see right here. Tom Vaith is giving him the green light here. Past the diving third baseman and into the corner. Mazzola hustling all the way. The throw goes to third. It's actually closer than I thought it would be. Kuhn hurts his back a little bit there, but good hustle to get down to third. And Mazzola wisely goes into second. It's a pretty good throw, but just tough for the third baseman to handle. Throw from Mesa. Sort of handcuffed Mendonca. I think Kuhn would have made it anyway, but very good job by Mazzola. Nice piece of hitting after his failed bunt attempt.
So the third hit of the night for the Goldeyes, a double by Mazzola. Here comes Casey Harther. First pitch is outside for ball one. The Goldeyes have 3 hits now. They trail at 1-0, but runners in second and third with nobody out. Here in the bottom of the fourth, and Harther, who is 0 for 1 tonight with a 17-game hitting streak. Here's Johnson's pitch. That's high, ball 2. With an open base at first and a guy hitting 425, do you walk him?
Well, you certainly are very careful. It may not be an intentional walk, but I think you're going to be very, very careful with Harther.
2-0 to Casey. Here's the pitch. Curveball's in there for a strike. That was a great pitch by Patrick Johnson.
I would say a 2-0 count when you give him the old curve. That's being careful.
2-1 to Casey Harther. Johnson delivers. Swing and a miss. And again, Harther tried to wait to let that off-speed pitch get into the hitting area and was just a little bit late on it. Let it go a little bit too far. So 2-2 the count now to Harther.
So one thing with Johnson we've seen in a couple starts here at Shaw Park this year, that he's not afraid to throw that curveball or slider in any count.
Well, you called him a bulldog. Here's the pitch. That's on the corner for strike 3. And Harther is called out on strikes. 6th strikeout of the game for Patrick Johnson. And there we go. That was a bulldog attitude.
Great job by Johnson to set up Harther with the 2 curves, and he throws the fastball on the outer half. Looked like it may have been outside. Nice job of framing by Todd Jennings. Sometimes when you hit the mitt, you get that call, even when it's the hottest hitter in the American Association at the plate.
So 1 out now. Runners at second and third. Goldeyes trail at 1-0. And here's Ray Sadler. Johnson delivers. That's in there for a strike. Sadler has not been happy with home plate umpire Nick Gonzalez.
It's been a lot of barking from both teams at both the home plate umpire and on the bases.
Sadler struck out back in the second. He's 0 for 1. Johnson delivers, and there's fouled off as Sadler. Just trying to protect the plate, get the bat out on him. And quickly, it's 0-2.
Sort of get the feeling there could be an ejection or two happening today based on the hostility toward the men in blue today.
Goldeyes trail at 1-0. 1 run on 3 hits for the Explorers, no runs on 3 hits for Winnipeg. But Johnson bearing down with runners at second and third, strikes out Harther. He has Sadler 0-2. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Sadler strikes out for the second time tonight, 7th strikeout of the evening. And here comes Donnie Webb, and the Goldeyes are going to need what Sioux City got.
Just again, great job by Johnson here. He gets Sadler to climb the ladder with just a fastball above the letters. Look at this, is a great angle of it right there. Just a fastball that is so enticing as a hitter, but it is so hard to catch up to a fastball above the letters or at letter height.
So here's Donnie Webb. He struck out back in the second, looking. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Johnson's had great command, Scott. We mentioned his issues with walks earlier in the season. He's got 7 strikeouts and 0 walks in this contest here. He's been dominant.
Webb digs in, Mazzol at second, Kuhn at third. Pitch by Johnson, that's high, 1-1. So Sioux City scored their run after a triple by Mendonca, 2 straight strikeouts by Salamita, and then a base hit by leadoff man Oscar Mesa. For the Goldeyes, a single by Kuhn, a double by Mazzola, then 2 straight strikeouts, and here we are with Donnie Webb at the plate. Johnson kicks, delivers, that's way inside, and he hit him. Donnie Webb's going to go to first base to load him up. Hit by a pitch. You were just mentioning about the command. It wasn't a walk, but it's a free pass nonetheless.
Webb did his best to get out of the way here. Must have caught a piece of the jersey, because if it hit him in the elbow, he would have felt it.
Just a little.
Looked like he got out of the way to me. Maybe he grazed the jersey. You don't often see that called.
So that loads him up for Reggie Abercrombie. Reggie got things started in the 9th on Sunday with that 2-run homer to make it 6-3. Here's the pitch by Johnson, swinging a foul tip out of the glove of Jennings for strike 1.
When it comes to those balls off the jersey, it's often called by sound. It was tough for us to pick up, but the umpire is obviously in a lot better position than we are.
And there was no argument for that.
No, exactly, no.
So bases loaded for the Goldeyes. They trail 1-0. 2 away. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Jennings sets up way outside. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, and Abercrombie can't catch up to that 88-mile-an-hour fastball. And Reggie down 0-2. Johnson bearing down, trying to get out of this inning. Goldeyes have the bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He strikes out the side, loads him up in between. 8th strikeout of the ball game. And the Goldeyes threaten but do not score. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left. We played 4 complete here at the downtown ballpark. It's the Sioux City Explorers 1, the Winnipeg Goldeyes 0. Scott Taylor, Ken Wiebe, and Al Foster. Glad you could join us here tonight. We're on Shaw TV.
Candace, can you mark that, please, as a potential play of the game if this stays?
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. Goldeyes Home Run Gang membership. For more information, call 982-SPACE.
1 in 4 deaths on Manitoba roads involves a distracted driver. Texting and driving is illegal and could cost you a $200 fine, 2 demerits, or your life. Please don't text and drive. A message from Manitoba Public Insurance and your Winnipeg Goldeyes.
And Scotty, speaking...
Dan Chase wanted me to pass this along. That, there are tickets available for the Winnipeg Free Press All-Star After Party at the Metropolitan Entertainment Center after the All-Star game. Your ticket provides you with a variety of snacks, a complimentary beverage, and a chance to mix, mingle, and dance with all the All-Stars, including Ken Wiebe, Mr. All-Star Media Skills Competition winner himself. We're already declaring you the winner, and it hasn't even been held yet. The Free Press All-Star After Party goes July 29th after the All-Star game, and you can get tickets to the Goldeyes box office right here at Shaw Park. So Chris Salamita works into the 5th inning. He'll face Tommy Mendonca, Todd Jennings, and Chris Escobar at the bottom of the order, although Mendonca tripled and scored the only run of the ball game back in the 3rd inning. The Goldeyes had a chance in the bottom of the 4th, loaded him up with 2 away, had him on 2nd and 3rd with nobody out, but couldn't get the run across, and it's still 1-0. Sioux City leads it. So Chris Salamita, who has pitched very, very well tonight, really didn't make a mistake to Mendonca. If Reggie Abercrombie can see the ball off the bat, he probably gets to it.
Sure.
It's probably an out, and then there's no damage done in the inning. But that's baseball. So here's the pitch to Mendonca, who fouls off the first one from Salamita for strike 1.
And that's the difference in the game so far. Oscar Mesa with a 2-out hit. The Goldeyes strand the bases loaded.
It's the game.
Still early in this contest.
We're in the top of the 5th, 1-0 Sioux City. Salamita gets the sign from Allen. Here's the pitch. That misses outside, 1-1. Tommy Mendonca, the 3rd baseman, came in hitting .225, 1 homer, 20 driven in.
A lot of facial hair activity going on there. You got the goatee and the chops connected.
Back in the 3rd inning, he had his 2nd triple of the season. Here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch just misses.
Mendonca would fit right in on the Oakland A's with that
well, it's still
growth.
not as long as Derek Norris. Or that relief pitcher, Doolittle. Wow. Looks like 1876. 2-1 the count. There's a pitch on the corner for a strike, 2-2.
It's quite the trade the Athletics made.
Wow, to get Samardzija. And did he pitch well in his first game?
Oh, boy.
Boy, he
Against
looked
the
good.
Jays, he mowed him down.
Oh. It just ate them alive.
Jason Hamill, another nice pickup.
2 good pitchers. That A's team is, boy, they're going to be tough to beat come playoff time. I love Josh Donaldson. He's only hitting about .248, but whenever there's men on base and you got to drive in a run, it's Josh Donaldson getting it done.
Clutch. They're a fun team to watch.
They have 6 players in the All-Star game.
Cast-offs.
Moneyball. I remember when you went to the game a couple of years ago and this team's in first place and you said you didn't know any of the players.
Went to the game.
Right on this program.
It was a Yankee game. It was last year.
Yeah.
6 out of the 9 I didn't recognize in the order.
Swing and a miss. Salamita gets Mendonca for his 6th strikeout. That'll bring up Todd Jennings. Jennings struck out back in the 3rd. Yeah, they're an obscure club, those A's. But they play good baseball. And Bobby Melvin's a heck of a manager.
Lots of power. Great pitching. It's just a fun team to watch.
1 away. Still 1-0. Spores lead it. First pitch to Jennings is low for ball 1.
Gotta hope the attendance is going to start to rise again now that they've committed to refurbishing
You would hope if
the
you,
stadium.
If you don't like that team, you don't like baseball.
Exactly. Attendance has been a bit Marlins-esque lately.
It really has. 1-0 to Jennings. That's on the corner. 1-1. Marlins have a couple of nice ball players. The only problem is there's absolutely no place to park around that ballpark.
Oh, is that the issue?
You gotta take a bus to go
Oh.
to that ballpark. It's just no place to leave your car. Sally and I thought a couple of times of going down to watch them play and just no place to park. Pitches inside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Quite the ballpark, though, from what I understand. Haven't had a
spectacular on
chance to
TV.
see it yet. Hope to at some point in the near future.
2 balls and 1 strike to Jennings. Salamita gets the sign. There's the pitch. It's inside. 3-1. Salamita 1 walk today back in the 4th. He walked Peter Barrows. Todd Jennings lives in Scottsdale, Arizona. He's been around. He's 32 years old. 6 foot 195. Pitch, swing, and a ground ball to Tyler Kuhn. He handles it, fires across, gets the catcher. And that's two-way here in the 5th inning. It'll bring up Chris Escobar. Escobar's 0 for 1. He struck out in the 3rd. He's strikeout number 5 tonight for Chris Salamita. 1-0, Sioux City leads it. Once again, I apologize. We don't have a score bug on the screen tonight. A couple of technical difficulties. But I will assure you it's 1-0. Sioux City leads. We're in the top of 5. This is Chris Escobar, the shortstop of the Sioux City Explorers. Here's the pitch by Salamita. Low and inside for ball 1. Chris Escobar has just come to this ball club. Played in 6 games for this team. Pitches on the corner for a strike, 1-1. Escobar from Stockton, California. 25 years old, 5'11", 175. Here's the pitch by Salamita. It's foul back. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Escobar. In the 5th for the Goldeyes, it'll be Brock Bond, Luis Allen, and Ryan Pineda, the bottom of the order, to face a very nice Patrick Johnson tonight. Both pitchers have been tremendous. 1-2 the count to Escobar. Here's the pitch. Big curveball is on the corner. That's strike 3, and that's strikeout number 7. Good inning for Salamita in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. A pair of strikeouts, and Chris Salamita wheeling and dealing, but he trails it. It's the Sioux City Explorers 1, the Winnipeg Goldeyes 0. You can see that. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors for the Explorers. No runs on 3 hits, no errors for the Goldeyes. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross.
When it comes to sports, we all like to watch the Jets and Blue Bombers, but there are many of you who also like to follow university, high school, even semi-pro sports. From high school volleyball and basketball championships, Bison athletics, even Goldeyes baseball, we're happy to bring you the best and most comprehensive sports coverage at the community level. Why? Because we know it matters to you.
Art. Pure and simple.
And welcome back to Shaw Park, where the Sioux City Explorers currently lead the Winnipeg Goldeyes 1-0 as we go into the bottom of the 5th. Remember, we always want you to follow the game online. We're on Twitter at Shaw TV Winnipeg. Of course, you can find us on Facebook as well. And got a couple of tweets to share with you, Scott and Ken. First of all, from JD Francis. It's Jordan's first ever taco in a bag. We're bringing it the Goldeyes game tonight. And Scotty, you'll like this from the Saskatoon Minor Football Guys, Team North Saskatchewan, watching the Winnipeg Goldeyes game on a beautiful night in Winnipeg. Hashtag We the North.
Well, good for them. And welcome to the ballpark. It's a great night for baseball, but the Goldeyes trail at 1-0. We're in the bottom of 5. It'll be Brock Bond, Luis Allen, Ryan Pineda to face Patrick Johnson. First pitch to Brock Bond is outside for ball 1. Brock Bond is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the first baseman, Andres Perez, back in the 3rd inning. They play Bond straight away at every position. Pitch is foul back. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bond. Good crowd tonight at the ballpark, and yes, the football boys are here. From Saskatchewan, Red River Cup going on out at Investors Group Field. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. Handled pretty easily by Amos Ramon. He fires over to Perez for the first out of the inning. 1 away for the Goldeyes here in the 5th. It'll bring up Luis Allen. 1-0, Sioux City leads it.
sorry, Scott, Patrick Johnson out of the University of North Carolina, born in Hickory, North Carolina, played for a couple of the great names in minor league baseball, the Asheville Tourists, the Modesto Nuts, and the Casper Ghosts. That's one of my all-time favorites.
Casper Ghosts.
They must have a great logo.
I wonder if it's Casper.
Little sheet.
First pitch to Luis is high for ball 1. The Asheville Tourists and the Casper Ghosts. Remember the Lansing Lugnuts?
Indeed.
Tigers Farm Club. 2 balls and no strikes to Luis Allen. Dark clouds to the north, but it's gorgeous here at the ballpark. Johnson kicks, delivers. That's high. 3-0 to the Goldeyes catcher.
Mentioned Johnson playing at the University of North Dakota. Scott, great college stats, 25-8. Pitched in 3 College World Series. And was the first player to take the mound at Omaha's new TD Ameritrade Park, the new place where they host the College World Series.
Did you say North Dakota? It's a walk to Luis Allen. No, you said North Carolina. I thought you said Dakota.
North Carolina, sorry.
North
Dakota has not been in the College World Series 3 times. No. No, sir.
Luis Allen's at first with 1 away. Here's Ryan Pineda. Pineda 0 for 1. He struck out. He was strikeout number 5 for Patrick Johnson. Here's Johnson's pitch. It's in there for a strike. Buckled the knees of Ryan Pineda. 88-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1. Luis Allen is not a threat to steal, although he stole 9 bases last season. Pretty hard to knock Luis. Obviously, Patrick Johnson is concerned because he throws over to first.
Caught a few guys by surprise last year.
He did. Caught a lot of guys by surprise. Did a great job running the bases last season. This season, Luis has 2 steals, and he's been caught once. Pitch to Pineda is low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ryan Pineda, a member of Team Philippines, the Filipino national team that tried to qualify for the last World Baseball Classic. They failed to qualify. Ryan with a number of Filipino Americans on that club. Johnson gets the sign. Here's the pitch. That's on the corner for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Pineda. Pineda, one of 2 Goldeyes players who played on national teams at the last World Baseball Classic. The other, of course, Casey Harther, who played for Team Israel. His mother's Jewish.
He quite enjoyed his experience.
Yeah, said he loved it. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Pineda. Again, Patrick Johnson going over to first base. They are nervous about Luis. One and 2, the count to Pineda. Goldeyes trail at 1-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Patrick Johnson doing a heck of a job against the Goldeyes tonight. Here's the pitch, foul back. Good job by Pineda to protect the plate on that great curveball by Patrick Johnson. There you look at Luis with Andres Perez at first base. Luis is from San Francisco, Venezuela. His family's still here, enjoying it with his young 1-year-old boy. 1 and 2, the count to Pineda. And again, Johnson goes over.
They're trying to tire him out over there.
Luis catches about 180 games a year. I don't think he gets tired.
Oh, exactly.
Of course, he plays the winter season in Nicaragua. Maybe they are trying to tire him out. They just keep going to first base. How many catchers get that much attention at first base in this league? Not many.
No, I would say not. It is a hit and run count, I guess. It does put a lot of pressure on the hitter being down 1 and 2, but you never know. Forney might try to make things happen on the bases here.
Which is way outside, 2 and 2. You're right, I guess.
I don't think down by a run you would start a hit and run here. Maybe
not with a
maybe
team
with
that's been
2
hitting
out.
this well, and at some point, I'm sure if they believe once they get through Johnson the third time that they're going to start to hit him. I mean, I think that's probably the thought in the dugout right now. There you look at Luis and Andres Perez holding. Johnson gets the sign, still checks the runner. Here's the pitch. There's a pop-up on the infield. It's hit a mile in the air. Johnson's called for it. He's called off by Perez. Perez makes the catch. And that's the second out of the inning. We'll go back to the top of the order, and Tyler Kuhn.
Perez has a little chuckle about that. Johnson, you can tell he's an athlete. He wanted this ball and was called off by the first baseman.
But he did the right thing. He just got the heck out of the way.
Sure. You don't have any collisions.
So here's Kuhn, who's 2 for 2. Pair of singles in this ball game. Was stranded at third base back in the 4th inning when the Goldeyes loaded him up, but couldn't bring one home. And that's why they're still down 1-0. Johnson gets the sign. There's the pitch, foul back.
Back in that May 26th start against the Goldeyes, Scott, Sioux City comes away with a 6-5 win. Johnson picked up the win after going 5 strong innings, gave up only 3 hits, 1 earned run while walking 3 and striking out 6.
Johnson kicks, delivers. That's high. 1-1 to Tyler Kuhn. Tyler Kuhn hit .356 in his last 10, 16 for 45. One and one the count. Here's the pitch, off speed outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. To Tyler Kuhn, who makes his home in Louisville, Kentucky, or Louisville. He's 5'10", 185, 27 years old, played in Reno, AAA level last year. But like so many of the Goldeyes, a lot of experience. There's another little flare into center field. Will that get down? It will not. Playing him perfectly was center fielder Michael Lang, and this time Kuhn is out. And that ends the inning. No runs, no hits. There was a walk, no errors, 1 man left. We'll go to the 6th inning. Patrick Johnson has been brilliant tonight. It's the Sioux City Explorers 1, the Winnipeg Goldeyes 0. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross.
Ready for summer? If you have a cottage or cabin, Shaw Direct has your family's entertainment covered. Get Shaw Direct Satellite TV for your home away from home and receive your first month free. 2 free movies plus a free HD PVR rental for 2 years. Got a cottage or cabin? Get Shaw Direct Satellite TV today.
And the top of the 6th inning means it's time to check out your American Association Saves Leaders, brought to you by Manitoba Hydro. Currently in first place in the league with 15 saves, and former normal Corn Belter Marshall Schuler leading the way. Matt Navarro is coming in with 14 saves. He was a former Hickory Crawdad. Nate Garcia from Fargo Moorhead and Chris Regas from Kansas City both coming in with 12. And then Chris Kissick from Winnipeg has 11 saves. 5 of those 11 saves, gentlemen, have been on the road. The American Association Saves Leaders are brought to you by Manitoba Hydro. Manitoba Hydro encouraging all consumers to save energy and be power smart by using Energy Star appliances.
Be power smart. Look at those clouds. That's they're kind of scary up there, but I don't think they're going to affect us at all. It's been just terrific here at the ballpark tonight. Not real warm, kind of cool, just really, really comfortable to watch a baseball game. And we'll go to the top of the 6th inning with the Goldeyes trailing at 1-0. Both teams have 3 hits. Chris Salamita and Patrick Johnson have pitched tremendously tonight. We'll go to the top of the order to be Oscar Mesa, Michael Lang, and Rene Tassoni to face Chris Salamita.
Chris Kissick quite enjoying the closer's role. He enjoys the setup role also, but really sort of starting to embrace the closer's role. Spoke with him a little bit before batting practice today.
He won the closer's role. He
Oh,
wasn't
no
expected
question.
to be the closer. Getting quite good at it. Here's the first pitch by Salamita here in the 6th. It's way outside. Oscar Mesa squared to bunt. Caught Mazzola by surprise, although Josh Mazzola got into the grass pretty quickly. 1 ball and no strikes to Mesa. Mesa has the big hit in the game. He has the RBI. Pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1. Of course, driving home the only run of the game by Tommy Mendonca. 1-1 the count to Oscar Mesa. Oscar makes his home in Miami, Florida. Here's the pitch. If I had a choice, I might think about that too. Great town. He's 27 years old, 6'2", 180. Goldeyes play him straight away. Salamita delivers. It's flared down the first baseline. It was more than fouled. It was filleted. 2-2 the count to Oscar Mesa. One great big dark cloud. There's always selfie fun in the crowd. There you look at Chris Salamita. There's Goldie. And here's the pitch. It's a line shot into right field for a base hit. Second hit of the night for Oscar Mesa. 4th hit of the night for the Sioux City Explorers. So the leadoff man here in the 6th inning gets on.
Real nice job of going with the pitch by Mesa. Dumping it into right for a single.
So solid single to right field. That'll bring up Michael Lang, who's 0 for 2. He struck out back in the 1st and then fouled out to Josh Mazzola in the 3rd inning. Sioux City leads it 1-0. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Runner at first, nobody out. Squaring to bunt and missing it is Michael Lang, strike 1.
Luis Allen wanted to gun it.
He wanted to gun it to first base, but Casey Arthur was coming in.
Here's a replay. Just whiffed on the bunt attempt as Lang, and had the ball ready to be fired, but Arthur doing his job in charging was not at the base.
Arthur is holding Mesa. And then if Lang squares again, he'll come to the plate. Lang does square. But Salamita goes over to first base. Good lead for Mesa at first. There you look at Michael Lang. Lang came in hitting .264. And Salamita goes back to first base. And it's a balk charge to Chris Salamita, so Lang doesn't need to square to bunt. A balk to Salamita will send Oscar Mesa to second base.
He still may bunt here to try to get to the third with 1 out.
And Salamita having words with first base umpire Joe Stegner.
Oh, he definitely, that's a balk.
No, there's no question.
That's
he looked at the plate
of the runner. The odd part is that Mesa was only like a step off the bag. It was an odd throw over to first.
So now runner at second with nobody out. 1 strike to Michael Lang. Salamita working slowly. And again, yes. And it's caught by Salamita. He'll go to second base and they double him off. What a tremendous athletic play by Chris Salamita.
Played it like an outfielder, Scott. Excellent job by Salamita here, getting into fielding position and then sprinting off the mound to get that ball and firing it over to Kuhn to complete the double play. Here's a great look at it right here. Poor bunt attempt. Salamita, great diving stab. Mesa in no man's land trying to get over to third, and a great scoop by Tyler Kuhn to complete the double play.
What a great athletic play by Salamita. How fast did he get up and make that throw. Just a tremendous play by Chris Salamita, helping himself out with the double play. It will go 1-6 double play. We don't see many of those.
No, we do not.
So now here's the third hitter in the lineup, Rennie Tassoni, who's 0 for 2, grounded out to third, grounded out to second. And Salamita, for the time being, is out of any kind of jam. He still trails 1-0, but there's no longer a runner in scoring position. There's a strike on the corner, 1-1.
You often hear about pitchers trying to help themselves, and that's a prime example right there. Fielding his position well, getting the double play to erase that runner in scoring position.
Timeout's called at the plate by home plate umpire Nick Gonzalez. No pitch, 1-1 the count. 1 run on 4 hits and no errors for the Explorers. No runs on 3 hits and no errors for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Still 1-0. Sioux City leads it. We're in the 6th. Salamita kicks, delivers. Curveball fouled right back toward us. 76-mile-an-hour pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ken Weed believes it's going to rain hard.
I certainly do not have my meteorologist's license.
No, you don't.
But center field is not looking anything but ominous right now.
Just that these clouds are moving so quickly. Here's the pitch by Salamita. That's high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. But the wind has changed, and it is blowing hard out over the right field fence, and you can feel how cool it just got. I don't know. Shaw's in the building. Of course it's going to rain. I've had about 4 of them this year. 2-2 the count to Rennie Tassoni. Pitch is low and outside. 3-2 count goes full to the Canadian left-handed hitting designated hitter, Rennie Tassoni. Former Canadian national team member Tassoni. And former big leaguer, right?
Yep, for the Twins.
3-2 the count. Here's the pitch. And it's fouled off. Count remains full. It's been a great night for pitchers. Both Salamita and Patrick Johnson have been tremendous.
60 games for Tassoni in 2011 as a member of the Twins. He hit .203.
Salamita working deliberately. Here's the pitch. And it's lined into the crowd. Boy, that was hit hard.
Tassoni does have some power too, Scott. That year with the Twins, 5 homers and 22 driven in. In those 60 games, he had 189 plate appearances. Also had 7 doubles. 59 total bases.
More power than Joe Mauer.
Whoa.
The wind has changed. The door just slammed. There are ghosts in the booth.
Casper ghosts.
Casper ghosts. 3-2 the count to Rennie Tassoni.
Wow, sorry guys.
And it wasn't your fault. Door slam. Here's the pitch by Salamita. There's a ground ball into the hole. Brock Bond can't get to it. It's a base hit for Tassoni. Second hit of the inning for Sioux City, although it puts a runner at first with 2 away. And here comes the cleanup hitter, Andres Perez. We'll have another peek.
It's a pretty good effort here, but ball just hit too hard. A little too much topspin. Bond lays out for it, gets a piece of it, but just can't come down with it. Tough play. Good base knock by Tassoni.
So Tassoni gets the hit. And that brings up Perez. Perez tonight is 0 for 2. He flied up to center field back in the 2nd, and grounded out to the shortstop Kuhn back in the 4th. Good play by Tyler Kuhn. One big, ugly black cloud right over us. Runner at first, 2 away. Goldeyes trail at 1-0. Salamita trying to get out of the 6th. There is some action in the Goldeyes bullpen. Nobody throwing, but a couple of guys up stretching. And it got chilly in the ballpark. The wind changed. It is blowing right over that right field fence. Salamita delivers. It's popped up. Back out of play onto the roof. 1 strike to Andres Perez. Goldeyes and Sioux City go at it again tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. For the Goldeyes, it'll be Matt Jackson, who leads the league in wins with 7. He's 7-2 with a 2.83 earned run average against John Straka, who's 4-4 with a 3.12 ERA. So another great pitching matchup tomorrow night at the ballpark, 7 o'clock start. It's the pitch by Salamita. That misses outside. 1-1 to Andres Perez. On Thursday, another 7 o'clock start. For the Goldeyes, it'll be Nick Hernandez, who's 5-0 with a 3.88 ERA, against Greg Holt, who's 2-7 with a 5.52 earned run average for Sioux City. 1-1 the count to Perez. Here's the pitch. Foul back. 1-2.
Pretty good swing by Perez right there. They're now calling it 60% chance of showers, Scott, so we'll see if I can get my meteorologist's license by the end of this evening.
Just by looking at the clouds. Ken Wiebe of the Weather Network. It's always good to have something to fall back on. 1-2 the count to Perez. Good lead at first base for Tassoni. So Perez digs in. Salamita checks the runner. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Curveball's popped up, and it's coming right behind in front of us. We get into the crowd. Count remains 1-2.
Wasn't a very good effort by the fan on that one.
Not a very good catch at all. Not a great effort at all. Got to get out of your chair. You want to catch foul balls.
Also didn't use two hands. That was part of the problem.
So 1-2, the count remains to Andres Perez. Tassoni with a good lead at first. Goldeyes trail at 1-0, trying to get out of the 6th. That's foul back, so Perez battling hard. One run, 5 hits, no errors for the Explorers. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Goldeyes. Winnipeg has won 11 straight games. They're 34-14, 9.5 ahead of the St. Paul Saints. But they are getting a handful from Patrick Johnson tonight, trailing at 1-0. And the scrappy Sioux City Explorers with a runner on and 2 away. 1-2 the count to the cleanup hitter, Perez. Here's the pitch. It's outside, 2-2.
Both pitchers have been very solid, only 8 hits in this ball game.
Only 3 for a Goldeyes team that last week was ripping out 23 in a game.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. Let's see what they can do the 3rd time through the order against Johnson.
2-2 to Perez. There goes the runner, and it's foul back again. Salamita with a good pitch, low and in the strike zone, 85-mile-an-hour fastball. But Perez got a piece of it, fouled it onto the roof.
Good battle here between 2 experienced guys.
2-2, the count to Andres Perez. The Goldeyes have a pitcher up, starting to throw. Pitch is low and inside. Count goes full now to Andres Perez, 3-2.
Taylor Sioux?
Looks like Taylor Sioux, who's the 7th inning guy. And then Lafferty pitches the 8th and Kissick pitches the 9th. The way things have gone recently for this club. So 3-2 to Andres Perez. Tassoni will be going. Here's the pitch. It's fouled deep, but also very foul into the patio deck here at Shaw Park in downtown Winnipeg. Don't forget, Monday, July 28th, the American Association All-Star Fan Fest, the All-Star Skills Competition, and the Media Skills Competition. Then Tuesday, July 29th, the American Association All-Star Game right here in downtown Winnipeg. Here's the pitch, and there's a shot to center field, hit hard. Back goes Reggie Abercrombie. He's there to make the catch, and that does it for Sioux City in the 6th inning. No runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 man left. A great double play started by Chris Salamita. So we've played 5.5 innings. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th on a night that is starting to get a little bit chilly and cloudy. It's the Sioux City Explorers 1, the Winnipeg Goldeyes nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. The McDonald's Winnipeg Goldeyes Summer Skills Camp will take place at Shaw Park on Monday, July 28th. Kids ages 8 to 13 can learn baseball skills from members of the Goldeyes during this 3-hour camp. For more information and to sign up, visit goldeyes.com.
Welcome back to the ballpark. TCBY, the country's best yogurt. Dad and daughter enjoying it.
Can't be that cold down there.
No, it's never too cold for TCBY.
True.
FTCBY in January. So Patrick Johnson will work into the bottom of the 6th inning. He has been tremendous tonight. He has walked only 1 batter, hit 1 batter, allowed only 3 hits. The Goldeyes did have a threat in the 4th going. They had a bit of a rally. They had runners at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out, but could not get a run home, and that's why they trail at 1-0.
And loaded with 2.
Loaded with 2 out. So for the Goldeyes here in the 6th inning, it'll be the heart of the order. Josh Mazzola, the number 2 hitter, followed by Casey Arthur, who is 0 for 2 tonight, trying to continue that hitting streak. It's now at 17 games. And then Ray Sadler, the cleanup hitter, will bat 3rd in this inning. Donnie Webb, if they get to him, will hit 4th, and then Reggie Abercrombie.
Twice this season, Scott Johnson has gone 7+ innings. So see how he fares here, 3rd time through the order.
It's been a tremendous night for Chris Salamita. He's only allowed 5 hits, just 1 run.
And again,
but the Goldeyes haven't given him any run support.
And if the sun is down, it would have been only 4 hits.
Exactly. And it would have been a 0-0 ball game. For strike 1 on the first pitch to Josh Mazzola. Pitch by Johnson is in there for a strike. Quickly 0-2 to Josh. Mazzola came in hitting .240, 6 homers, 29 driven in. He struck out in the 1st and then hit a rocket double down the 3rd base line. There's one foul back onto the screen. That was in the 4th inning. That's when the Goldeyes had a great opportunity to tie this one. Couldn't capitalize, and it's 1-0 Sioux City. Pitch to Mazzola high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Josh Mazzola lives in Santee, California. And there's one popped up a mile high in the infield. Over comes Perez into foul territory. He makes the catch, and Mazzola is the first out here in the 6th. This is as nice a pitching performance as I've seen against the Goldeyes this season.
Oh, it's been very solid. Real good pitch. Perez doing a nice job getting over there. We mentioned it, but I was impressed by Johnson the last time he rolled through at the end of May, and he's been even better tonight.
Well, here's Casey Arthur, who's 0 for 2. 17-game hit streak. Trying to keep it alive right here. First pitch by Johnson is hit into the gap, but it'll be an out. Getting over quickly, the right fielder, Peter Barros. And first pitch swinging, Casey Arthur hit it hard, but slicing right toward Peter Barros. He makes the catch, and that's 2 away.
Good contact for Arthur. During the hot streak, a lot of those have fallen in, but tough break right there. Good solid contact, but right at the right fielder.
So 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And here's Ray Sadler. Johnson's first pitch is right down the middle for a strike. Sadler is 0 for 2. Struck out in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th. Pitch by Johnson is high, 1-1. Nobody working harder than Ray Sadler to try to get out of this season-long slump. At least for him, it's a slump. It's foul back. For a lot of people, hitting 238 would be pretty good. As a matter of fact, 4 members of that Sioux City order wouldn't mind hitting 238.
Yeah, and Sadler has been coming along. He's on a 4-game hitting streak himself. 8 for 20 during that stretch for a 400 average.
Spent a lot of time in the cage with Tom Vaith. Here's the pitch. That's high. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ray Sadler. Patrick Johnson has been the difference tonight. Chris Salamita has been tremendous. But that one big run, the difference in the ball game. Johnson delivers, and there's a fly ball. Hit into the gap, hit pretty hard, but Peter Barros, playing Sadler perfectly, gets over and makes the catch. 2 balls hit in exactly the same place, and Peter Barros was playing both Harther and Sadler perfectly. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've gone through 6 innings, 6 complete innings. It's Sioux City 1, Winnipeg nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. Recycle Everywhere presents the 2014 All-Star Game Skills Competition on Monday, July 28th at Shaw Park. The best of the American Association will go head-to-head in a battle to determine the most skilled player in the league, and it will all culminate with the Home Run Derby. That's Monday night, July 28th at Shaw Park, the Recycle Everywhere Skills Competition. For tickets and information, call the Goldeyes office at 204-982-2273.
It's 1-0. Sioux City leads it, and we got a brand new pitcher for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Chris Salamita is done for the night. He's pitched 6 complete innings, allowed 1 run on 5 hits, pitched beautifully, but he will not see the end of this one. He can only lose the game. He cannot be the winner. Tell us about Taylor Suet.
Taylor Suet, the sidearmer, Scott, coming on for the Goldeyes here for what will be the 22nd time of the year, pardon me. No record, 2.18 earned run average, 20 2/3 innings pitched, 17 hits, 7 runs allowed, 5 of which are earned, 5 walks, 16 strikeouts, opponents hitting just .230 against the right-hander.
So Taylor Suet comes on for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Suet will face Peter Barros, Amos Ramon, and Tommy Mendonca. Mendonca, the left-handed hitter, which makes me think we might see a left-hander to face Mendonca, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. It's early.
It is indeed early. We have 2 right-handed hitters first, and Barros will lead it off. Barros is 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out short back in the 2nd inning and then walked in the 4th.
Suet's just done a nice job this year, Scott. His role is obviously enhanced. Kyle Bellamy brought in to be the closer, no longer with the ball club.
Bellamy retired. Taylor Suet, every time he's pitched here on Shaw, has pitched very, very well. Suet gets the sign from Luis Allen. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball up the middle. Kuhn handles it, fires to first. Quickly 1 away, 1 pitch, 1 out. Second time tonight, Barros has grounded out to Tyler Kuhn.
He's been busy. Great movement there. You see that movement? Barros thought he was on top of it. Easy grounder to Kuhn, fielded nicely. Fired over first for the first out of the inning.
So 1 away, and that'll bring up Amos Ramon. Amos tonight, 1 for 2. He struck out looking back in the 2nd and then singled in the 4th, which sent Peter Barros to 3rd base. And Barros was almost cut down at 3rd. Mazzola couldn't handle the throw. Mazzola fires back to 1st. Ramon got back, but umpire Joe Stegner called him out.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So 1 for 2 for Amos. There's one fouled off the screen. The Goldeyes dugout. 1-1 to Amos Ramon. Ramon was a tremendous player here in Winnipeg. Played third base and second base. And usually hit. Pitch is in there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Amos. From the side-arming Taylor Sioux. Sioux from Highland Mills, New York. Curveball hit up the middle, and on a one-hopper, handled by Tyler Kuhn. What a great job by Tyler Kuhn. It looked when he hit that one that it was going to get through, but Kuhn, with his quickness and his great glove, scoops it up and makes the play.
Yeah, looked for a second that he might be able to get it in the air, but the ball sort of just dips at the last second, as you're going to see right here. Played nicely by Kuhn. Gets him easily at first. Good hustle by Ramon, but here's another good look at it. The ball kind of just dies
right off
at
the end of the bat.
Bit of a flare. Nice job by Kuhn. He's been busy today at short.
He sure has. Two-way. And we are not going to see a left-hander face Mendonca. We're going to see Taylor Sioux face Tommy Mendonca. Pitch is low, ball 1. We never saw the rain, or at least we haven't seen it yet. And now that sun is coming out over the left field fence. It's beautiful north of the ballpark.
I think I've got that media background to fall back on.
There you go. And there's a bunt back to the mound. Bunted a little too hard. Sioux fires to Harther, and that does it. Mendonca tries to bunt his way on, hits it too hard. An easy play for Taylor Sioux. A good inning for the Goldeyes. Side-arming reliever. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. It's time to get up and stretch. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's the Sioux City Explorers 1, the Winnipeg Goldeyes nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross.
Time now for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by the Dugout, the Goldeyes Souvenir Store. 2 locations right here in Shaw Park as Allison Pattison, Blair Hunter, Goldie, and Goldette lead the fans here at Shaw Park through the 7th inning stretch. The 7th inning stretch. Thanks so much to Allison Pattison and Blair Hunter and all the Goldeyes fan services reps, along with Goldie and Goldette. The 7th inning stretch is brought to you by the Goldeyes Souvenir Store, the Dugout Store. 2 locations right here in Shaw Park. So we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Donnie Webb, Reggie Abercrombie, and Brock Bond to face Patrick Johnson, who has just been superb tonight. He has a 3-hitter going, and he looks unhittable right now.
One piece of stress for Johnson. He found a way to pitch his way out of it. That's the difference in the ball game right now.
So here comes Donnie Webb. He's 0 for 1. Struck out in the 2nd, was hit by a pitch in the 4th. He loaded him up in the 4th, but Reggie Abercrombie struck out to end the inning. So Webb digs in against Patrick Johnson, who has been outstanding. Curveball is in there for a strike. 71 miles an hour.
That's the other thing we talked about too, Scott. He's really done a nice job keeping his curveball in the strike zone and then elevating his fastball.
There's strike 2. Webb couldn't hold back. Pitch in the dirt. Slider 0-2. Johnson just seems to get better and better.
It's been a very impressive showing.
We're in the bottom of the 7th, 1-0 Sioux City. There's a pitch high, 1-2. Johnson's pitch is drilled down the first baseline, foul. One ball and 2 strikes to Donnie Webb. Donnie Webb from Tequesta, Florida. There you look at Big Steve Montgomery. Pitch by Johnson. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Second time tonight. Donnie Webb has gone down on strikes. That's strikeout number 9. 9 strikeouts for Patrick Johnson.
Dominant performance.
It has been dominant. Against a team that has hit nothing but rockets in recent weeks. Patrick Johnson, the difference in this game, 1-0. Sioux City leads it. Here comes Reggie. First pitch to Reggie. Swing and a miss. Boy, was he off balance. Great off-speed pitch by Patrick Johnson.
Abercrombie riding an 8-game hitting streak of his own. It has seen him hit .389 by going 14 for 36 coming into this one.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That's 5 straight pitches that Abercrombie swung and missed on.
It's been a little too aggressive up in the zone here this evening.
Well, I got a lot of Ks on this score sheet. Pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 10 for Patrick Johnson. Reggie Abercrombie just looks at Johnson. Boy, has he been good. And here comes Brock Bond.
Abercrombie responsible for 3 of those 10 strikeouts.
He has struck out all 3 times he's come to the plate tonight.
And at least 2 of them were on those high fastballs.
So here's the first pitch to Brock Bond. It's outside for ball 1.
And the first one was on a pitch he did not agree with. That was a curve.
That's correct. 1 ball and no strikes to Bond. He's 0 for 2. Pitch by Johnson is in there for a strike. Brock Bond grounded out to first back in the 3rd inning and then grounded to second in the 5th. Johnson's pitch is in there again. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Brock Bond. Ten strikeouts for Patrick Johnson. There's a ground ball back up the middle. It's going to be a tough play. Ramon goes over. He can't get it. It'll be a base hit for Brock Bond, the 4th hit of the night for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. A not-so-solid single up the middle. That's the old classic hit him where they ain't. Went right between the legs of Patrick Johnson. Amos Ramon hustled to get over. He was playing Bond more in the hole between first and second. And it just got past him into center field. So the 4th hit of the night for the Goldeyes, and that'll bring up Luis Allen.
Yeah, good piece hitting by Bond. He got jammed a bit, but found a way to get the barrel of the bat on it.
3 of the Goldeyes' 4 hits have been flares. It was kind of a flare line drive off the end of the bat that went off the glove of Escobar at short for the first hit by Kuhn, and then Kuhn hit a flare into center field for his second hit, and then, of course, Mazzola hit it hard down the third baseline.
Second Kuhn hit was a flared line drive.
All right. I'll give you that much. There's one foul back by Allen.
But they have not been as
they've not been impressive
powerful
necessarily.
as they
the
have
Mazzola
been of late.
one was hit a ton.
Well, that was a rocket
down the third base. But Johnson's done a whale of a job. There's a runner at first with 2 out. And Luis Allen stepping in. Allen, no home runs yet this year. He has 22 driven in. Came in hitting .297. He's 0 for 1 tonight. 1 strike to Luis. Johnson's pitch is low, ball 1, 1-1. 1-0, Sioux City leads it. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for the Explorers. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Goldeyes. We apologize once again, no score bug here tonight. So we'll try to give you the score as often as we can. As often as seems reasonable. Good throw to first base to make sure that Brock Bond is kept honest by Patrick Johnson. Ryan Pineda into the on-deck circle. Nobody up throwing for the Goldeyes, so we will see Taylor Suet come in and work the 8th inning. Johnson checks the runner. Here's the pitch, and there's one lined the other way. Foul. Almost got Tommy Vaith, the first base coach.
By Vaith.
Vaith's still pretty quick.
No question. Goldeyes are 3rd in the league in stolen bases coming into tonight. I guess maybe that's why they're paying close attention to those runners over at first. There you see Tom Vaith with the...
By the way, Tom Vaith has been the first base coach here for 12 years. 12 seasons.
He's done a real good job in that role as well.
Johnson gets the sign. He goes back to first base. Throws 90-mile-an-hour fastballs to first.
Johnson with a pretty quick move over to first. Bond wasn't that far off the bag. Speaking of eighth, he's become more and more involved in the recruiting process as well. Done a nice job of helping Rick Forney secure a couple ball players.
1-2 the count to Luis Allen. Here's the pitch. And it's foul back again. Over our heads onto the roof.
Tom's told us both that, you know, after speaking to Tyler Kuhn one time, he knew this was the kind of guy that Rick Forney would like to have in his ball club. And the Goldeyes were able to make that deal happen.
One and two to Luis Allen. Bond at first, two-way. Johnson delivers. It's in the dirt, 2-2. Patrick Johnson, the difference in this ballgame. Chris Salamita gave up one run back in the third inning. A triple by Mendonca, 2 strikeouts, and then a single by Oscar Mesa.
Been one of the best pitching performances we've seen from Salamita probably this year.
He was tremendous. He was outstanding from the first pitch he threw. He can't win this game. He can only take the loss. The Goldeyes are going to have to battle back. Trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. Johnson checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Curveball misses low. 3-2 to Luis Allen. 2 out, man on first. Goldeyes trying to do something to get that run, tie this one up. The Saskatchewan football team is leading.
We've seen enough. Maybe they got an early game tomorrow.
Probably have an early game. 3-2 the count to Luis. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. A single by Bond breaks up another 3 strikeout innings. Let's have another peek at this one.
Great at bat for Allen, but he got fooled here with the count full. Real good breaking ball once again, and that is 11 strikeouts for Patrick Johnson in what has been a dominant pitching performance.
Patrick Johnson, the difference in the game. It's the Sioux City Explorers 1, the Winnipeg Goldeyes 0. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball. We're live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross.
And just before we get back to the ball game, guys, we want to remind our viewers that, of course, flood watch is a major component of our broadcast these days. We really want to keep an eye on the water. Apparently, the Assiniboine River is to crest in the Portage La Prairie area sometime tomorrow. And as the waters rise, Shaw TV will keep you up to date on what's happening around the province. Here on Channel 9, we will have the daily provincial flood update, and we'll provide community announcements for volunteers and supplies that are needed to support each community along the Assiniboine River in the days to come. And Scott and Ken, I can tell you, I actually drove through the Portage area today, and I honestly thought it was a war zone. Helicopters, sandbags, army trucks. It was unbelievable, the effort out there to protect people's homes.
It's a scary time out in western Manitoba. Our hearts are with everybody. And thanks to Shaw TV for updating all of Manitoba during these tough times in the West. So Taylor Suet comes back to work the 8th inning. 1-0, Sioux City leads it. A lot of action in the Goldeyes bullpen. Gabe is dancing.
He's enjoying the tunes.
It's Taylor Suet. He knows Dancing Gabe is dancing and ready to see Taylor Suet dance his way out of this 8th inning. He'll face Todd Jennings, the number 8 hitter, followed by Chris Escobar and then Oscar Mesa. Kahohi Downing, the Hawaiian, up throwing for the Goldeyes. As Todd Jennings steps in. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout tonight. Here's the first pitch. Blown outside for ball 1.
Sure has done a nice job behind the plate with the calling of the contest, though, that's for sure. the veteran catcher.
Oh, Allen's been tremendous all season long. Ask any pitcher on this staff. There's a line shot into center field right at Reggie. He makes the catch, and that's the first out of this 8th inning.
Jennings has really been in sync with Johnson as well tonight for the Explorers.
Well, you go back to what you said in the last inning. This is as dominant a performance as I've seen by an opposing pitcher in this ballpark this year. Reggie Abercrombie, who always has fun at the ballpark, but I don't think 0 for 3 or 3 strikeouts make him very happy. He does wear that hat pretty well, though. Just like that hat. Here's Chris Escobar, batting from the left side. The switch-hitting Escobar is 0 for 2. Struck out in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th.
And again, Johnson doesn't pitch with the same velocity as a guy like Bobby Madrich, but this is reminiscent of a Madrich-type start where he's really had the opposition fooled.
The fly ball into right field, kind of fisted out there to Donnie Webb. And quickly, Taylor Sioux gets his 5th straight out. So here comes Oscar Mesa, the hero in the ball game. He has the single that drove in the run that gives Sioux City a 1-0 lead. Mesa 2 for 3. Here's the pitch. Misses outside. He struck out in the 1st and then singled and drove in a run in the 3rd and then singled in the 6th. And was snuffed out on that double play, the great play by Salamita. Pitches on the corner, 1-1. 81-mile-an-hour fastball from Taylor Sioux. He gets that sidearm slider going. He is scary to watch. There's a ground ball up the middle. Bond gets over, backhands it, fires to first, and it'll be safe. Mesa beats it out. An infield single, his 3rd hit of the ball game. 6th hit of the game for Sioux City. Bond did what he could, but Mesa has great speed.
Great effort by Mesa, the switch hitter. He just was hustling down the line the whole way. Bond does a nice job of getting to this baseball, but he can't really plant. As you see, he throws off one leg basically across his body, and Mesa's past the bag already for the infield single.
So the 6th hit of the night for the Explorers. 1 run on 6 hits, no errors. For Sioux City, for Winnipeg, no runs on 4 hits and no errors. And here's Michael Lang, the number 2 hitter in the order. Sioux checks the runner. Here's the pitch. That misses low. 1 ball and no strikes to Lang. Lang struck out in the 1st, fouled out to Josh Mazzola in the 3rd, and then hit into that bunt double play. Bunted it just a little bit too hard and too high. Salameta made a great catch, popped right up, fired to second base to get the runner Mesa. There's a ground ball to Kuhn at short. He'll go to second to Bond, and that'll do it. Tyler Kuhn to Brock Bond to get Oscar Mesa at second base. And that's it for the Sioux City Explorers in the 8th. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's still Sioux City 1, Winnipeg 0. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball. Scott Taylor, Ken Wiebe, Al Foster, and a cast of millions. Roman's here, and Dave Neufeld's here, and Travis Goldby's here, and John McClure's here, and Rebecca Haran, and Candace Smith, and Jim McGregor, and I'd like to name everybody, but I can't. And we're Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. The 2014 American Association All-Star Game is coming to Winnipeg, and so too is the 2014 All-Star Luncheon presented by BFI Canada Incorporated. Featuring Baseball Hall of Famer Fergie Jenkins, the luncheon will be held Tuesday, July 29th at noon at the Fairmont, Winnipeg. For tickets and information for the 2014 BFI Canada All-Star Luncheon, call the Goldeyes office at 204-982-2273.
5 simple things can reduce your risk of cancer up to 50%. Choose a balanced diet with plenty of fruits and vegetables. Get active to maintain a healthy body weight. Avoid tobacco and secondhand smoke. Protect yourself from UV rays. Follow cancer screening guidelines. See your doctor for regular checkups. Take the pledge to reduce your risk of cancer. Join the movement at kitcancer.ca.
An initiative of Cancer Care Manitoba Foundation, supported by Safeway.
There's that sky. It's absolutely gorgeous as you look at downtown Winnipeg from our center field camera of Dave Neufeld. It's a beautiful night here at the ballpark. A little chilly now, but not chilly enough to drive anybody from the park. We've got a brand new pitcher for the Sioux City Explorers. That's probably the best news of the night for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Jeff Broussard is replacing Patrick Johnson. Johnson cannot be the loser, only the winner. Tell us about Jeff Broussard.
Broussard, the right-hander, Scott, coming on for the 22nd time. He made 2 spot starts earlier this year, 4-1 record, 3.68 earned run average. He also has a save, 51 1/3 innings, 48 hits, 25 runs allowed, 21 of which were earned, 18 walks, 42 strikeouts, opponents hitting .249 against him.
So Broussard's first pitch to Ryan Pineda is on the inside corner for strike 1. Ryan Pineda is 0 for 2 tonight. He struck out in the 3rd and popped out to the first baseman. Hit it a mile in the air. Andres Perez made the catch. There's a pitch on the corner. Quickly 0-2. So Broussard with an 89-mile-an-hour fastball gets ahead of Pineda to start this 8th inning. Broussard, kind of a quirky delivery. And there's a pitch that misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pineda came in hitting .305, 2 homers and 24 driven in. Broussard kicks and delivers. It's fouled back onto the roof. 1-2. So Patrick Johnson leaves after 7 innings, no runs, 4 hits, no errors. Tremendous performance by Johnson. And he has kept the Sioux City Explorers in the lead in this one. It's 1-0 here in the 8th. Broussard's pitch is lined into center field. It'll drop for a base hit. Ryan Pineda with a solid single to center. And the Goldeyes get their 5th hit of the night and get a runner to lead it off here in the 8th inning.
Good job by Pineda to stick with that off-speed pitch. Dumping it into center field for the leadoff single, extending his hitting streak to a modest 3 games.
So here comes Tyler Kuhn, who's 2 for 3. Singled in the 1st, singled in the 4th, stranded at 3rd base. He was at 3rd base with nobody out in the 4th inning, couldn't score. And flied out to center field back in the 5th. The pitch, it's bunted down the 3rd baseline. Good bunt. Pineda gets into 2nd base easily. So Kuhn is thrown out. 5-3. It's a sacrifice. No at bat. On to 2nd goes Pineda. So the Goldeyes get a runner in scoring position for Josh Mazzola. Tyler Kuhn does his job.
Good execution. You got the meat of the order coming up, down by a run. You want to give yourself a couple chances to drive in that tying run if you're Rick Forney and the Goldeyes. Kuhn does his job, perfect execution. Pineda moves up to 2nd base.
So runner at 2nd with 1 away. Goldeyes trail by 1. Here's Josh Mazzola. First pitch by Broussard is outside for ball 1. Jeff Broussard from LA, Los Angeles, California. He's a young guy, just 24 years old. He's not even 24 yet. He will be 24 in September. 23-year-old Jeff Broussard. There's a pitch right down the middle. He's 6'1", 190. Just an LS1. He's got good movement on his fastball. Pineda with a good lead at 2nd. He's going to 3rd. Throw down to 3rd base, and Pineda's safe. What a great job by Ryan Pineda. He's going to get an argument. The 3rd base umpire, Bobby Feaster. Out comes Steve Montgomery. 3rd baseman Tommy Mendonca thought he had him. Steve Montgomery just comes and gets Mendonca out of there. He'll argue with Bobby Feaster.
Great hustle by Montgomery.
Good throw from Todd Jennings.
Told you earlier, I had a feeling someone could get the heave-ho here. Steve Montgomery getting his money's worth.
And Feaster is listening, and then he turns away. Bobby Feaster, the 3rd base umpire, takes it from Steve Montgomery.
Pineda takes off. It's a good throw from Jennings. It's on the wrong side of the bag. I think he's safe.
Yeah, he's safe. tag still isn't on.
If that throw is on the other side of the bag, Pineda is toast.
He is
but
dead. Exactly.
I think because the ball is on the wrong side, it's, again, tough throw for Jennings. The pitch was outside. It was across his body.
So Pineda steals third. Now there's a runner on third with one out. In comes the infield. They're playing on the infield grass to try to protect and hold Pineda at third base if Mazzola hits a ground ball. 2 balls and 1 strike to Josh Mazzola. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So Mazzola trying to get that one airborne. Way out in front, swings and misses.
Broussard came on in relief for Johnson on May 26th in that 6-5 victory for the Explorers. Went 2 2/3 innings. Gave up 3 runs, though.
There's a pitch, and there's a fly ball. Hit deep. And that'll get the run in. We'll tie the ball game. Easy catch for Peter Barrows. No play at the plate. The Goldeyes have tied it here in the 8th. Ryan Pineda comes home to tie it at 1-1. It'll be a sacrifice fly. And an RBI for Josh Mazzola. And the Goldeyes execute perfectly.
Good at bat for Mazzola. Goes with the pitch the other way. Knows he just needs to get it to the outfield to tie this ball game, and that's exactly what he does. It was a risky play by Pineda trying to steal third. He got in there safely, and that allowed him to score on the sacrifice fly.
So Pineda singles, goes to second on the bunt by Kuhn, steals third, and scores on the fly ball by Josh Mazzola. We have a 1-1 ball game, and here's Casey Harther. Pitch by Broussard is grounded to second. Handled easily by Amos Ramon. Harther is tossed out. He's 0 for 4 tonight, which is a rarity. It's a 1-1 tie, however, as the Goldeyes get 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base. A single by Pineda, a perfect bunt by Kuhn, a sacrifice fly by Mazzola, and the Goldeyes have tied this ball game. We've played 8 complete. We go to the 9th. It's Sioux City 1, Winnipeg 1. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross.
It's time now for your slide of the game, brought to you by Manitoba Public Insurance. Kenny Weeb, what's our slide of the game?
Oh, sorry, Scott. Back into the 4th inning here. Mazzola with the double down the third base line. Tyler Kuhn had the leadoff single going first to third. Real good aggressive slide. Not a bad throw, but nice hustle by Kuhn to get in there before Mendonca can try to apply the tag. Hurt his back a bit, but stayed in the game. Got himself a pair of hits and a sacrifice, and also provided our slide of the game.
That's the slide of the game, brought to you every game by Manitoba Public Insurance. Well, we go to the top of the 9th inning. The Goldeyes have a brand new pitcher. It's their closer, Chris Kissick. Tell us about the Canadian from Trail, BC.
Kissick coming on for the 25th time. Scott, you mentioned the 11 saves earlier. No record, 2.52 earned run average. 25 innings pitched, 17 hits, 7 earned runs allowed, 7 walks, 25 strikeouts. Opponents hitting just 191 against the right-hander from British Columbia.
So Chris Kissick, the Canadian, will open up his appearance here tonight by facing the other Canadian, Rennie Tassoni.
Got to figure they maybe were teammates at one time.
Well, Chris Kissick was on the national team.
Right.
Twice. He's helped Canada qualify for World Baseball Classic twice. So, yeah, I'm sure that at some point in time in the national team they have played together. So Chris Kissick to face Rennie Tassoni to lead it off here in the 9th inning for Sioux City. It's a 1-1 ball game. Sioux City scored its run in the 3rd. The Goldeyes came back with 1 in the 8th. First pitch from Kissick is low for ball 1. Tassoni tonight is 1 for 3. He grounded out to third in the 1st, grounded out to second in the 4th, and hit a solid single to right in the 6th. Pitch by Kissick is a line shot into right field for a base hit. Solid single again for Tassoni. He's 2 for 4, and the Sioux City Explorers get a runner here in the 9th inning. So runner at first with nobody out. It'll bring up Andres Perez.
Now back, the first baseman, number 28, Andres Perez.
Perez tonight 0 for 3. Flied out to center, grounded out to short, flied out to center. Perez, the big first baseman. Came in hitting .251. He's down to about .248 now. He has a home run and 11 driven in. Tassone at first. Not taking a particularly big lead. Casey Arthur holding. It's the pitch by Kissick. It's inside for ball 1.
Tassone does have 4 steals, Scott, but he has been caught 3 times this year.
So a threat to take a chance. Here's the pitch, and there's a shot foul. Just foul. Hit hard. Chris Bodishbaugh, the former Goldeye, warming up.
And Brennan Lafferty in the Goldeyes bullpen starting to loosen.
So Kissick working against Perez. Perez being deliberate now. Kissick likes to work quickly. Kissick gets the sign. Here's the pitch. It's low. 2 balls and 1 strike to Andres Perez. The Goldeyes play Perez straight away. And Kissick trying to make sure that Tassone doesn't get interested in.
He's clearing himself a nice little path here over at first.
So Tassone held by Arthur. Nobody out. Here's the pitch by Kissick. The bunt's down and foul. 2-2, the count to Perez. Perez had not squared the bunt during this at bat, and with a count of 2-1, he decides to try to lay it down. Can't do it. Now it's 2-2.
Yeah, you don't often see your cleanup man thinking about bunting. Guessing he did that on his own. Unselfish play here, trying to get the go-ahead run into scoring position.
Here's Kissick's pitch. Misses outside. 3-2. Count goes full to Perez. This place is quiet now. We have a 1-1 tie. It's getting pretty serious.
Big moment.
Three and 2, the count to Perez. There goes the runner. And there's a ground ball base hit. Solid single to left. Rounding second is Tassone, but he thought about going to third. Doesn't, and quickly, 2 straight singles. 2 base hits for Sioux City here in the 9th. And they've got something going as Peter Barrows comes to the plate.
How about how this sets up here? Barrows is going to be asked to bunt. There you see Tassone running on the pitch. Thinking about third, but knows that he has to put the brakes on. Look at how this is playing out, Scott. Barrows probably going to be asked to lay down the bunt, and look at
Steve Montgomery's given all these signs. Why doesn't he just yell out bunt?
Look at who's in the on-deck circle to face his former club with probably going to be runners on second and third in a clutch situation in the top of the 9th inning in his homecoming. Again, I should not assume that the bunt is going to get down, but certainly that's the way it.
That's the way it looks.
That's the way it looks in Steve Montgomery's mind, anyway.
They square, and back to second base. Luis Allen had thoughts of throwing to Tyler Kuhn at second, depending on how far Tassone had gone off of second base. First pitch in there for a strike.
It's a risky proposition as well. It's a great idea if you can get him, but if you throw the ball in the center field.
What else is very interesting is that Mazzola is not charging to the plate. He's staying back to third base. It's Arthur and the pitcher.
Yeah, he's got a hold in the situation. The old 31 defense where the pitcher will be responsible for a bunt on the third base side.
Here's the pitch. It's low, 1-1. So strategy all over. Arthur's right on top of the hitter. Brock Bond is going to first base. Mazzola is hanging back at third. Chris Kissick will be responsible for any bunt drop down the third baseline. They'll try to get Tassone at third base. And Tyler Kuhn is doing everything he can to spook Tassoni at second. 1-1 the count to Barrows. Barrows squares. Strike two. Now it's 1-2 to Barrows. He's missed both of those strikes on the corner.
Yeah, Barrows didn't look real comfortable. Didn't even attempt to offer at any of those 3 pitches. Now he's probably going to be asked to swing away here.
1-1 the score. We're in the top of the 9th. Sioux City with 2 singles here in the 9th inning, nobody out. Kissick, 1-2 count to Barrows. He squares again. That's low. 2-2. So the machinations of the managers now. As interesting as the execution here.
I don't agree with the bunt in this situation. I certainly respect Steve Montgomery as a baseball man and a manager, but just based on how uncomfortable Barrows has looked in trying to get the bunt down, I would give this guy a chance to swing away here with a 2-2 count.
He will, and it's foul back onto the road. Casey Arthur turned around and started walking toward first base.
And again, the Explorers have already bunted into a double play in this game, so I just think that you've already got a runner in scoring position. Give this guy a chance to swing away here with the 2 strikes. Barrows.
2-2 the count to Peter Barrows. Brendan Lafferty still up warming up for the Goldeyes. Kissick in a bit of a jam here. Bodish Boss still down in the Sioux City bullpen. And Kissick looks at second base. They want to keep Tassoni as close to second as they possibly can in case Barrows squares again. Kissick, and Barrows does square. It's in the dirt. And it's 3-2.
Well, Steve Montgomery's got everybody in the ballpark guessing now, with the exception of Barrows, who is the only one who knows the signs.
It's not quite as obvious as it was when Barrows came to the plate.
Well,
now
he swung
Steve
away at
Montgomery's signs are
2-2 and
important.
squared at 3-2. Sorry, I shouldn't say he's the only one who knows the signs. I'm pretty sure that Tassoni and Perez know the signs as well, but certainly a little bit of drama here with the full count, nobody out.
Goldeyes' 11-game winning streak kind of hanging in the balance here. Here's the pitch, and it's grounded to Tyler Kuhn at short. Over to second for 1. Back to first. He's safe. The runner was out at second, no question about it. Now there's runners on the corners with 1 away, as Barrows, safe on a fielder's choice, beats it out.
Good attempt on the turn here. Couple hopper, Barrows. Nice job by Kuhn. Bond does a nice job of hanging in there as Barrows. That's very close at first. I'd like to see this one again.
Was that ever close at first base?
Good turn by Bond.
Just beat it.
Yep, really good hustle. That is a bang, bang play right there. Great job by Bond, because Perez is bearing down hard at second base with the takeout slide, but Bond was able to hang in there, made a pretty good throw to first. Arthur with the real good extension. Tried to sell it, but he could not. Bang, bang play. I think the first base umpire got it right on that one, but it was a very, very close play.
So Ramon thinks about bunting. A squeeze play was sort of on. Not a suicide by any stretch. That
was definitely the safety squeeze on that one.
It was. It was very much the safety squeeze. 1 ball and no strikes to Amos. Amos tonight is 1 for 3. Struck out looking in the second, singled in the 4th, and then grounded out to shortstop in the 7th.
Steve Montgomery very involved. I love the managing here. I love the gamesmanship, and I like the intensity in that third base coach's box.
Here's the pitch by Kissick. Gets in there for a strike. 1-1 to Amos.
And you know Ramon wants to come through in this situation, whether it's with a safety squeeze or with a sac fly or anything but a double play, essentially.
1-1 the count to Amos Ramon. Runners on the corners. 1-1 tie. We're in the top of the ninth. And Kissick goes back to first base. It has been a pitcher's battle here tonight. And Chris Kissick in trouble in the ninth.
Barrow's 4 steals has not been caught, in case you're wondering.
Here's Kissick's pitch. There's a ground ball. It's through the hole. It's a base hit. Amos Ramon singles to left field to drive in the go-ahead run, and Sioux City takes a 2-1 lead. Amos Ramon with the 3rd single of the inning, the 2nd RBI of the ball game. It's 2-1 Sioux City, and Rick Forney has seen all he wants to see of Chris Kissick, and Brendan Lafferty will come in to face the left-handed hitting Tommy Mendonca. But a tough inning for Chris Kissick.
Look at how happy Steve Montgomery is for Amos Ramon right there. Gave him a chance to swing the bat, and he comes through with the clutch base hit. That's a solid at bat for Amos Ramon, the former Goldeye.
So Amos Ramon singles, drives in the 2nd run of this ball game as Sioux City takes a 2-1 lead, and Brendan Lafferty, the left-hander, will be the new pitcher for the Goldeyes. Kenny, tell us about Brendan.
Lafferty coming on for the 29th time, Scott. The left-hander 0-1 with a 2.11 earned run average, 21 1/3 innings pitched, 19 hits, 6 runs, 5 of which were earned, 10 walks, 21 strikeouts, opponents hitting .235 against the left-hander.
So Brendan Lafferty comes in to replace Chris Kissick here in the 9th inning. Before the ball game, Al Foster had an opportunity to talk to Brendan Lafferty, and believe it or not, they talked curling. Here's that interview.
I would be out of line if we didn't start with the winning streak. Can you even begin to describe what's been happening here?
No, it's awesome. I mean, some days it's the pitching staff, some days it's offense, defense. I mean, it's awesome. Everyone's coming to play every day, and it's great.
Have you ever been involved with something like this at the pro level?
Not that I can remember, but it's a lot of fun. This past couple of weeks have been a lot of fun.
Speaking of fun, too, Scott Taylor keeps mentioning it, and I got to ask you, are you going to curl this year?
I am, yes. We already signed up for a league, so I'll be curling once a week. Every week will be good.
All right. So good of you to talk to us. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Brendan Lafferty, left-handed curler, now left-handed pitcher, and he's got a tough assignment. He has runners on 1st and 2nd with only 1 out. And he's got to get the job done here against the left-handed hitting Tommy Mendonca. There's Chris Kissick in the Goldeyes dugout. 3 hits he gave up in that 9th inning. Faced 4 hitters. 3 singles. Fielder's choice. So Lafferty's going to face Tommy Mendonca. There's nobody up in the Goldeyes bullpen. So with 1 away, Ramon's at first. At second is Peter Barrows. And the man who tripled back in the 3rd inning, scored the 1st run of the ball game, is at the plate to face Brendan Lafferty. Here's the pitch. Misses outside, ball 1. Two runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Sioux City Explorers. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. It's been a big night for Sioux City. Great performance by Patrick Johnson, and that huge hit by Amos Ramon in the 9th inning. Here's Lafferty's pitch, swing and a miss, 1-1. When Brendan Lafferty keeps the ball down, he is just about unhittable. And in his recent performances, he has kept the ball down.
He's been fantastic, Scott.
Ramon with a good lead at first. Peter Barrows at second. 1-1 the count to Mendonca. Lafferty checks the runner. Here's the pitch. High, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to Tommy Mendonca. Tommy Mendonca from Turlock, California. He's an LS4. He's 26 years old, 6 foot 220. And he drilled that double into the sun field. Reggie Abercrombie never saw it for a second. Here's Lafferty's pitch, and it's popped up foul out of play. Counts even at 2-2.
California would fit right in with the Oakland A's.
Absolutely. California's Brendan Lafferty's home. Brendan's parents, both school teachers. And Brendan, of course, not just a curler, but a huge fan of the Vancouver Canucks. Two balls and 2 strikes to Mendonca. 2-1, the Explorers lead it. We're in the 9th. Lafferty checks the runners. Here's the pitch. There's a pop-up foul, out of play again. So Mendonca stays alive against that 83-mile-an-hour fastball from Brendan Lafferty.
Gave it to the kid.
Ramon at first. Barros at second. 2-1, Explorers lead it. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Brendan Lafferty gets Mendonca on strikes. And that's 2 away here in the 9th inning. And that'll bring up the number 8 hitter, Todd Jennings. Jennings tonight struck out in the 3rd, grounded out to short in the 5th, and lined out to center field in the 8th inning. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 9th. 2-1, Sioux City leads it. Lafferty once again checks the runners. Here's the pitch. Popped up foul right over our heads for strike 1. Lafferty's fastball at 86 on the inside corner. Great pitch. Harther not holding Ramon at first, with Barros at second. Lafferty kicks, delivers off-speed pitch outside, 1-1. Todd Jennings makes his off-season home in Scottsdale, Arizona.
It's a good place to spend the off-season.
It's the only place to spend the off-season. That in Orlando. Here's the pitch by Lafferty. It's a ground ball up the middle, right back to Brendan Lafferty. Makes a good defensive play, flips it over to Casey Harther, and Lafferty gets the job done. Great effort by Brendan Lafferty here in the 9th. But the damage is done. 1 run on 3 hits. There were no errors and 2 left. Amos Ramon, the hero right now, he's driven in the go-ahead run here in the 9th inning. It's Sioux City 2, Winnipeg 1. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. The Goldeyes need to get something going here in downtown Winnipeg. It's Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross.
At Shaw TV, we are proud to bring you live events, and we value your comments. Call the Shaw TV viewer response line now, 204-480-3500, or email us, shawtvwinnipeg@shaw.ca, and let us know how we're doing. Or find us on Facebook and Twitter at Shaw TV Winnipeg.
Back at Shaw Park, Goldeyes dancing on the dugout. Having fun. Everybody's having fun at the ballpark tonight.
He's got his rally hat on as well.
He's got his rally hat going as the Goldeyes will face a former Goldeye. The brand new pitcher for the Sioux City Explorers here in the 9th inning is Chris Bodishbaugh. Tell us about the former Winnipeg Goldeye.
The right-hander, now the closer with the Sioux City Explorers, coming on for the 17th time, Scott. He's got a 1-1 record, 2.11 earned run average, and he has 7 saves. 21 1/3 innings, 19 hits, 6 runs allowed, 5 of which were earned. Just 6 walks to go against 21 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .235 against the big right-hander.
So Chris Bodishbaugh comes in to face the Goldeyes in the 9th. Winnipeg trails it 2-1. Ray Sadler, Donnie Webb, Reggie Abercrombie will face the right-hander. Sadler, a right-handed hitter, and Donnie Webb, a switch hitter who will bat from the left side, and Reggie Abercrombie, also a right-handed hitter. Then Brock Bond, if they get to the 4th hitter in the inning, also a switch hitter. So you get a couple of left-handed hitters to face Bodishbaugh.
You can be sure that Reggie Abercrombie will be happy to face someone other than Patrick Johnson.
Anybody other than Patrick Johnson. My Detroit Tigers won a ball game tonight. 20 hits. Miguel Cabrera had a triple.
Whoa.
First of the year. Tigers win it 14-5 over the LA Dodgers. Cleveland Indians beat the New York Yankees 5-3 tonight. So Bodishbaugh in to face Ray Sadler. Sadler 0 for 2. He struck out in the second. Correct that, 0 for 3. He struck out in the fourth and then flied out to right field in the sixth inning. So Sadler, another guy who's happy not to see Patrick Johnson rather, this time around. Todd Jennings, the catcher, catches that first strike from Chris Bodishbaugh.
Might say the heart of the Goldeyes order might be due here in the ninth.
Swing and a miss, strike two, and Sadler fooled on that pitch by Bodishbaugh.
Real good splitter right there. Fell right off the table.
And there's a little excuse me pitch that Bodishbaugh handles easily. Great pitch by Bodishbaugh. Sadler just stuck the bat out, and he's thrown out 1-3 to open this ninth inning. So the 2-1 lead looks pretty good now with Donnie Webb coming to the plate. One away here in the ninth inning. Sadler 0 for 4 on the evening, and here comes Webb, who has struck out in the second, was hit by a pitch in the fourth, and then struck out in the seventh. Again, another guy pleased that Patrick Johnson is not in the mound.
No question. He does have 6 homers this year. 28 driven in.
Here's Bodishbaugh's pitch, and it's foul back. Webb took a good cut. (2-1). Sioux City leads it. We're in the bottom of the ninth on a beautiful night for baseball at Shaw Park. Donnie Webb digging in against Chris Bodishbaugh, and there's a line shot foul. Webb hit it hard, and that's the last time that bat will ever be used.
Sounded
Bat's
like
broken.
Snapped.
And so Donnie Webb grabs himself a new piece of lumber. 2 strikes, the count, from Chris Bodishbaugh. Goldeyes fans trying to get this team back into it. They trail 2-1. 2 runs on 9 hits, no errors for the Explorers. 1 run on 5 hits and no errors for the Goldeyes. We knew Sioux City pitching would be good. We didn't expect the job Patrick Johnson did. The Goldeyes scraped out a run in the 8th to tie it at 1-1. But 3 big hits off of Chris Kissick. The big blow, a single by Amos Ramon, has made it 2-1. Here's Bodishbaugh's pitch. That's inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Donnie Webb hit a 3-run home run in Fargo on Sunday. Part of that 10-run 9th inning that turned a 4-3 game into a 14-4 win. It's the pitch, low and outside. 2-2 the count now to Donnie Webb. Goldeyes and Sioux City go at it again tomorrow, 7 o'clock here at Shaw Park. Lots of tickets available at the box office. Bodishbaugh delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Donnie Webb down on strikes for the 3rd time tonight. And the Goldeyes just haven't been able to solve this pitching of the Sioux City Explorers. Steve Montgomery, the former pitching coach of the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks, has found the way to stop Winnipeg. And they have 1 more out to get. Chris Bodishbaugh will face Reggie Abercrombie.
He's been pulling all the right strings this evening, that's for sure. A lot of managing going on out there by Montgomery.
Here's Bodishbaugh's pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Reggie struck out looking in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th, struck out in the 7th. 3 strikeouts tonight for Reggie Abercrombie, who had brought his average back up to 280. He leads the team in home runs with 10. Driven in 30. Bodishbaugh delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Abercrombie way out in front of that one, and it was a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Bodeschwa is looking sharp here. Throwing with very good velocity, good movement, good
Keeping the
sinking
ball down.
action.
Here's the pitch, and it's foul back. Protecting the plate, Abercrombie fouls it off.
Certainly been a tough night for Abercrombie, but again, he's the kind of guy that with one swing of the bat can tie this ball game right here and keep his, or extend his hitting streak to 9.
Yeah, it looks like Casey Harther's hitting streak is over at 17. Abercrombie trying to continue his. He has 8. Here's the pitch, and it's a fly ball. Amos Ramon goes back, and he makes the catch. And that does it. The Goldeyes' 11-game winning streak is stopped. And it's stopped by a tremendous pitching performance by Patrick Johnson. The Sioux City Explorers have beaten the Winnipeg Goldeyes 2-1 for Sioux City. 2 runs on 9 hits, no errors. For the Goldeyes, 1 run on 5 hits and no errors. Greg Broussard, the pitcher of record for the Sioux City Explorers, he'll get the win. Chris Bodeschwa gets the save. The losing pitcher for the Goldeyes is Chris Kissick. He gave up the winning run in the 9th inning. So the final score, Sioux City 2, Winnipeg 1. We'll be back with a Safeway post-game show right after this.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross.
Ready for summer? If you have a cottage or cabin, Shaw Direct has your family's entertainment covered. Get Shaw Direct Satellite TV for your home away from home and receive your first month free. 2 free movies plus a free HD PVR rental for 2 years. Got a cottage or cabin? Get Shaw Direct Satellite TV today.
At Shaw TV, we are proud to bring you live events, and we value your comments. Call the Shaw TV viewer response line now, 204-480-3500, or email us, shawtvwinnipeg@shaw.ca, and let us know how we're doing. Or find us on Facebook and Twitter at Shaw TV Winnipeg.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Safeway post-game show. Tonight, the Winnipeg Goldeyes have lost their first game in 12. An 11-game win streak stopped tonight by the Sioux City Explorers. The final score, Sioux City 2, Winnipeg 1. A tremendous effort by Patrick Johnson, the starting pitcher. He was the difference in this ballgame.
Yeah, no question. Johnson just had that great bulldog attitude. 11 strikeouts to go against just the 1 walk, and he was dominant through 7 innings. One of the best performances we've seen at Shaw Park in a long, long time. And also, too, you got to give the Explorers credit. They lead the league in runners stranded, yet came through with a couple of clutch hits here this evening.
Sure did. They win it 2-1. Let's go down to field level. It's time now for the Shaw Direct player of the game, rather. Get it all while you get away from it all. Shaw Direct, your cottage cable satellite provider. Visit shawdirect.ca for more information. Let's go down to field level. Al Foster in our player of the game.
We're here now with Patrick Johnson. What an outing for you. First of all, coming into this game, knowing how hot Winnipeg was, just talk about your approach tonight.
Just wanted to try to make pitches all night, let my defense do the work, and like you said, I mean they've been hot, 11 in a row or something like that. So, we came in, we just wanted to play a solid game, solid defensively, and that's what we did.
Not only did you stop a winning streak, you stopped a couple of hot hitting streaks as well.
Yeah, we talked about it before the game. A couple of guys have been red hot, and they said, hey, don't let these guys beat you. These pitches, these counts, and we had a good plan going in, and we executed it.
Talk a bit about the team now, because again, you guys are a little bit behind in the standings. How do you build off of something like this now?
We had a rough start. We started 6-19 to the season, but we've been playing well since, and I think we just have to take it one game at a time and bat our way back in.
Congrats on a great outing, and thanks for this.
Thank you very much.
That's your Shaw Direct player of the game, Patrick Johnson. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you very much, Al Foster. Your Shaw Direct player of the game brought to you by Shaw Direct, your cottage cable satellite provider. Visit shawdirect.ca for more information. It's time now for Kenny Weeb's play of the game, brought to you by Shaw. Take your favorite shows on the go with Shaw Go apps. Tell us about your play of the game.
Top of the 8th, Scott, former Goldeye Amos Ramon steps to the plate with runners on the corners, facing former teammate Chris Kissick. Gets a fastball down in the zone, drives it between short and third for what turns into the game-winning RBI for Amos Ramon.
So Amos Ramon, our play of the game tonight, brought to you by Shaw. Take your favorite shows on the go with Shaw Go apps. Well, it was a tremendous ball game for the Sioux City Explorers, not so much for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. They were just mesmerized by Patrick Johnson, but also the relief pitching was pretty good. Greg Broussard gave up a run, which was basically nothing but hustle by Ryan Pineda and good execution on the bunt to get Pineda to second base. And then through it all, the pitching for Sioux City was the difference in the ball game, and really that's the only thing you can talk about right now. Amos Ramon drove in the winning run, but in a 2-run ball game against a team that's been scoring 8, 9, 10 runs a game, pitching was the difference.
Oh, no question. Holding the Goldeyes hot bats to 5 hits, that is a tip of the cap situation to the Explorers pitchers. Johnson was outstanding. Jeff Broussard did a nice job, and Chris Bodishbaugh looked as sharp as we've seen in a long time. This is a guy who had a lot of potential, but didn't even get any work the year they won the championship. He has reclaimed the closer's role and been very good for the Explorers this season.
Final score tonight. Thanks, Kenny Wiebe. Final score tonight. The Winnipeg Goldeyes lose it 2-1 to the Sioux City Explorers. On behalf of Ken Wiebe, I'm Scott Taylor. It's been a lot of fun at the ballpark tonight. Goldeyes couldn't win it. 11-game win streak snapped. But Al Foster, take us home and tell everybody when we'll be back.
Yeah, just a reminder, Scotty, that we are going to be here next Tuesday for the second part of a doubleheader. The St. Paul Saints going to be making their way to River City, and after this 11-game winning streak coming to an end, that game has a little bit more significance. So be sure and join us here next Tuesday night on Shaw TV. On behalf of our entire broadcast team, Kenny Wiebe, Scott Taylor, and our, of course, industrious and hardworking Shaw TV crew, I'm Al Foster saying thank you so much for watching. So long from Shaw Park.